Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wreckfest. Yes, I've been having some fun with this game. Folks have been enjoying the content on this one, so you know what? While my PC is unreliable when it comes to Beam, let's have a go with we're continuing with some more Wreckfest. Hopefully, there will be some good racing. There will be some crazy racing. You know the drill. There will be hopefully some proper wheel-to-wheel action. There will be some very silly races. Ninetales will probably win a lot. Buses are likely to explode into many pieces. Yeah, we will see how this all goes. As ever, these lobbies are kind of public. You are welcome to join as and when spaces appear. We're playing on Xbox. Drive like a complete plank and you will be removed. But, it's Wreckfest. There's going to be some contact along the way. It's going to happen, but massive torpedoes and the like are going to be resulting in a remove, so to speak. Yeah, we will get into the race. We're starting off to Tarmac circuits, where I bought the road cutter. Yeah, I don't know how good it's going to be around here. Ooh, my game might be very loud. I'm going to guess, because I've been playing Starfield and that's very quiet. I'm going to guess at volumes for my TV and guess at volumes on OBS. What did I record last on here? Probably Beam. It'll probably be alright volume, recording-wise. I don't know about for me. If it gets very loud, sorry. It should be fine. Honestly, I don't really know. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. Saying tonight, FailRace is wrecking more cars, but sadly no pools. No, we don't have the big inflatable balls to chase around on here. Watch and see as someone loses a toilet is almost guaranteed. Oh no, I've named Wreckfest very quiet, and Ninetales has landed on the back of us. And Ninetales did a bigger wheelie. We did a little wheelie. It's not off to a great start. Okay, I've gone the wrong way with my volume. It's all very quiet. I don't know whether you can hear the game at all. It seems like you can. I can't hear anything. Ninetales, your bear is really annoying. I can't see anything. It is. I guess the shark probably does the same. I think the bear, because it's so tall, is actually worse. So that's the thing. So yeah, a car gets flipped at a crossover. It will, 100%. A car will get flipped at a normal track, not just a crossover. I can tell you that much. Speak of, well done, Brazen. Thank you for filling in as if on cue. It's always going to happen. And Alex drives without a circuit. Now, that is quite possibly, yes, there is the loading bug that does sometimes occur. At the moment, I'm driving without any sound at all, which is not the best. It's I say it's surprising. Yeah, certainly when you're driving with manual, you use a lot. Oh, Ninetales with the tremendous accident. Quite a good recovery, all things considered. Yeah, maybe Ninetales don't hit that curb. It's just a piece of advice. Curb is bad, as we are finding out here. Yeah, that has done. That's twice in a row it's done a number to Ninetales' car. That one was just a lot more dramatic than the start line shenanigans. Okay, so the game is quite... I could have sworn it was Wreckfest that was loud. What game was loud? Was it the crew that was loud then? Oh, it's the breaking point down there. One game I've been playing lately, it was been incredibly loud. Hey, we got absolutely mugged through there. I was too late on the brakes and very wide through the first part, and then very out of position for the second. I think that corner there is faster. We are in the phase of, it's been a couple of weeks, I am relearning the game a little bit. Oh, it looks like, was that Ewan has wandered wide and... Nope, that's someone else. Lucky Shepherd has wandered wide and smacked the wall, and it looks like Gliska may have eaten the curb a bit like Ninetales did and gone and hit the wall quite hard. That curb has caused issues through there. That curb has caused really, really big problems for a number of people. I have a dog sniffing my foot. I don't know if you want to be doing that, mate. Paulo, you're really weird. But never mind. Come on. I mean, the road cutter, it's not been... The car, I think, is probably quite fast here. I'm not sure I'm driving it very well in the grand scheme of things. Oi, try and slow down without locking the brakes is incredibly difficult with this game. It is really relearning how the brakes work on this game. The rest of it's not too bad, but the braking aspect is... I say it's difficult. The difference between a lock-up and getting the car stopped is tiny. It's so easy just to basically be not using the brakes. And then a fraction more and it's locked up. There's just this really, really fine line. I don't know what my car is like over there. I may be buzzing the limiter in third. As I said, I can't hear. So a lot of what I'm doing gear-wise is complete guesswork, which is probably not the best. Gliska is still behind. There's a potential for us moving forward. I think Ewan got in trouble a little bit at that nasty first chicane. There's also potential for us getting caught if we do that and go a bit too sideways. Oh, we're going to lose place. Because over there, he just ran wide through that section and impossible to recover, really. Can we... you can kind of get away with cutting that corner. You can kind of get away with cutting that one a bit as well. There's some grip down there. The car behind tried to cut it maybe a little bit too much. Feeling this corner is close to flat out in some cars anyway, probably in good cars. Lado has taken victory. Well done, Lado, in the first race of the day. We're going to come home in 7th. It's not great, but it's a start. I think I've got some sound back again. Right, that should do better in the next round. I will up the game volume just a little bit. As I said, I don't know what I last streamed from. The Elgato must have been the crew. But there we go. Lado has taken victory. Longbow is second. Rocken is third. Nine Towers claimed to fourth with that Razor. Ewan was fifth. Gliska sixth. We got to seventh. It could have been worse. So that's something. Valentine is 8th. Brazen is 9th. And Rickard rounds out the top 10. Giraffe had a DNF. I don't quite know how you managed to get a DNF on that one. That's quite impressive. But I'm going to guess one of the concrete walls. It's probably quite mean. Hello, dog. What do you want? Do you want attention? No, you want to bite my hand? Yeah. What are you going to do? He's going to lick my hand now. What are you going to do? You can't run off with my hand. You've literally got all the toys you could ask for in here. You just want attention, don't you? You're just a silly dog. And there we go. We will inevitably have the Distracto dog making appearances aplenty. Won't we, doggo? Let us go to a good favourite. Let us start. I say let us start as we mean to go on. Honestly, now the dog's chased the tail. Well, no, the dog's caught its tail and fallen over on the bed. Good work, dog. 10 out of 10 intelligence. Eve is just looking and wondering what on earth is this thing. Let's go to the wonderful Crash Canyon. Now, when we race around here, honestly, we end up having just good races. Half the time, we genuinely just end up having a good race. Some of the time, we don't. Some of the time, it goes as ridiculous and as mad as you would expect. I'm not driving the road car. I think the Rammer had issues as well, didn't it, with the bumps? I think I'm going to be best off with Hammerhead. So Crash Canyon, it can descend into complete carnage. It really depends on what the field does. If the field remains close and you are having, sensible battles, it will probably just end up in a normal race. It's if the field gets a little bit spread out, if there's contact, if there's shenanigans occurring, that's when vehicles get bumped around, that's where vehicles get put on the wrong side of the central reservation, and that's when things start to go quite wrong. So you never know. You never know what you're going to get with Crash Canyon, which is part of the excitement, really. We shall get the race... Well, I say we'll get the race started. Gives everyone a couple of minutes to select a car and be ready. So we've got a Hammerhead. There's War Wagons, there's some Rammers, Razor. The Trophy Runner's an interesting choice. It's probably not the It might not be the fastest vehicle full stop, but it should handle the bumps quite well, which could be very useful. Stevie's going all-out strength. The Stella is a very quick car. So a bit like the Hammerhead. The Stella will be fast, but potentially a bit... I'd say a glass cannon. It could be a bit weak. Could be. Well, I guess we were saying it could be heavily armed. Actually, I don't think it might struggle to get heavy enough. I don't know. There is mostly sensible. A couple of trophy runners are things to watch out for. Right, let me know if volumes are better or worse. They should be better. We shall see. We are off and underway. There is a very brightly coloured trophy truck behind me. There is well, we're going over this way apparently. Hello Ninetales. The leader's had a spin. Ninetales has had a flip. That will... Ninetales, I think, may well have been righted, and Ninetales is going very right into a very left corner. That was honestly quite impressive. We have an AFK car on the start line. Well, that might be the chaos catalyst right there. Longbow is going to try and send it, and I'm going to try... Well, I was going to try to go around the top, because they were going to fight one another. Which they did, unfortunately for me. Giraffe has got moving. So that is out of the way. Yeah, unfortunately for me, Longbow got... I had a line. Longbow got pushed up, essentially. And me not wanting to get hit went a little bit too high up the hill there. Longbow is to the lead of the race. We are kind of... I say a little bit stuck. I don't know whether we've got the pace of the Nexus. We can certainly try. Again, running way too high up there. That is not what we want to be doing at all. I mean, you get a really good exit coming off of that height, but you lose a lot of time mid-corner. Gliska is also going to be running a similar line. Gliska with a big oversteer moment through there. Oh god, Longbow had a scare from one of the rammers, I think it was. Almost a head-on collision with a rammer is not what you want. That is going to do some real damage. I cannot get the front end to bite through there. That's a little bit frustrating. We've got it off there. I mean, we've kept Gliska behind. The trophy runner is not dealing with the bumps well. I think it is safe to say. I was expecting it to be pretty good. The answer is no. Now, it has been damaged, so maybe that doesn't help. Gliska goes for the dive to the inside. We ran a little bit wide on the approach. Oh god, there's a car stuck heading towards us. Brazen's out of control. We are going to have to defend this a little bit. Gliska's going to try once again get to that inside. We were a little bit sort of park it through there. The other trophy truck has lost a wheel that we're going to have to navigate. Trophy trucks have not worked here. I really thought that might, to be honest with you. I was sat here thinking they could be genuinely very quick. It did not work. Oh, so much understeer mid-corner with this. I wasn't expecting that. We've got broken lap-down cars causing some grief. Oh, we had momentum. I went for a gap. It wasn't a very big gap, and apparently a bit of wall has caught us. What the hell was that about? Ah. Well, I mean, not much the trophy truck could have done. What? Thanks, game. Yeah, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I love it. I love it when just a sticky out bit of wall decides to entirely screw our race. I mean, I guess it's a rock face, although I've driven over that part before, and it doesn't normally do that. Oh god, why am I struggling so much with understeer through there? I mean, maybe it's just a different car. I'm not used to driving this around here. I don't know. But, the front end is just completely ignoring what I'm telling it to do around here. We can maybe get around the hearse. Oh, up the top, and we do. That time we can go near the edge of the track and not get randomly spun. It's, it's good. There is a car there all out of shape. Ninetales' car is not enjoying life. Well, we've been a bit rude. I don't think Ninetales' car is particularly great around here. It's a rammer, is it? It's obviously, I wonder if it's having jump problems, perhaps, would be the best explanation I got. Ninetales can try that inside. We will stick to the top. We will get a fast slingshot off of it. There was a little bit of contact. Oh, and Ninetales down the wrong side. I thought there was enough space. There's a very little bit of contact. I thought there was enough space for Ninetales to get back onto the onto our side of the track. There was apparently not, or Ninetales opted to not. Gee, that has murdered Ninetales. Well, I have a feeling I know what's happening to me in the next race. It probably would be deserved, to be perfectly honest with you. It was not an intentional murder. I just got a really quick run off the top of the hill and wanted to go for a gap. Hey, Brazen. That was sort of there. We kind of prized the door open slightly, and unfortunately, the door swung open into an oncoming truck, I think. I just don't know what it was that Ninetales hit. Yeah, I am right behind you now. You're going to have to be aware of the Volvo that is going to be taking a look around the outside, because yeah, they are taking a very, very defensive line. Now, that kind of works. The problem is, we are just going to be super fast off of the corner. Oh, God, and then there's something, it looked like a bumpy, I'm not sure whether it was. It was definitely a bumpy-coloured car heading towards us. We are back up to the top of the course. It's going to be a drag race off of this corner. Who is going to be able to win it? We are going to be heading towards Ninetales' wreck. It's going to be very, very close. I think it's going to go the way of Shepard. It does. Just. Could have and should have been better. Could have and should have been better in that one. Yeah, we shouldn't be on the podium, really. But a silly error was all it took. I don't think the Hammerhead is the very fastest car here, but it's very consistent. That is its main strength. 3DNF. Ninetales. Ninetales got super unlucky. Rickert out the rockin' with one of the trophy trucks. Is eliminated. Finland Ball is pretty wrecked, and Brazen's, yeah, also had a bad day. It was an effort. Longbow claims victory. Good race for Long. I think the Nexus was too quick for us. But yeah. I'm disappointed with that. Could have been better. Lado, thank you for the super chat, saying happy birthday, Brazen. Don't think it's Brazen's birthday, but you know what? We will say happy birthday to Brazen. Why not? We can have another. Every day is Brazen's birthday. Sure, why not? Chris, thank you for the donation, saying the most expensive option on a Caris. I presume that's supposed to be car. Oh yeah, no, wait. The most expensive option on a car is, there we go. There's not a space. The Ivet. I don't know how to spell that. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a package for the new Maybach, which includes some custom fabrics and leather on the interior and a rose gold and white paint scheme. The price of this comes to £187,000 on top of the $230,000 starting. Jesus Christ. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that it's on a Maybach. Let's face it. They are often incredibly tacky. I get the feeling that's going to be very tacky, but very expensive. I could be wrong. It might not be. But I do get the feeling that's going to be one of those really, really tacky things. But yeah, there is zero surprise that is on a Maybach of some sort. Yeah, that's a lot of money for some paint and some fabrics. Mr. Sumo, thank you very much for the donation. Say happy birthday, Brazen, and also happy birthday, Tim Hortons. It's everybody's birthday. Sure. Why not? I don't even know where this one started. I'm going to blame Lado, and I'm pretty sure it is Lado's fault. No, I mean, today it's Lado's fault. I'm pretty sure Lado was making up Brazen's birthdays before. I can't remember if there was a reason or whether it was just because. Sometimes that is all the reason that that you need. You know, sometimes that is all the reason that you need is just because. I mean, Brazen does make a good point. If it's every day is Brazen's birthday, you have to buy Brazen presents every day. I mean, if you send him to me, I will pass them on. I promise. No, I promise. I promise I will pass them on. Okay? Apollo, run away and hide with them. No one will be able to catch up with you because you're a Malian, you're a lunatic. And you're asleep. You're a useless thief. You really are just zonked yourself down there. After being a lunatic before I started the stream. You've now just passed out. The cat's useless. The Hornet, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, happy brazen birthday. Yes, that is the one. It is the happy brazen birthday. Let's do that one. It was my birthday. It was on Monday, I think. Was it Monday? Yes, it was. I don't keep track anymore. But it's nice to know my birthday's so close to Brazen's, the most important birthday of the filming crew. Apollo is a good boy, most of the time. Some of the time, he is not. Actually, quite a lot of the time, he is not. He's a bit of a lunatic. I mean, that is the Mally thing. They are lunatics. He as Mallies go, he's a lazy Mally, but he has his mad moments. Right, racing. Oh, racing time. And it is... we're a long way back. The bear is in front of us. At least that means it's not going to block our vision too much. It's when the bear is behind us. That's when there is a problem. But, oh god, it's getting very busy. I like this track. Longbow does not. Longbow has fallen over. Longbow just got stuck in the middle of a big squeeze and just turned. It just all went wrong. Okay, this is getting a bit busy down here. Bumpy's going to have a look to the inside with a mini and may well fall over. We are going to... God, I don't know who that... I think that was Longbow. That was lucky. Longbow found a gap through the whole pack of cars. There was a moment... There was a little bit of space, and Longbow definitely found it. There is a very sideways war wagon. Oh, Lado did not know we were alongside. Lado ends up in the door of Rickert. We are looking around the long way here. Yeah, I don't think Lado actually realised we had cut to the inside. Stevie is going to make it 3 wide. We just about get everyone through at that point. Ninetales leads the way. We have been in this fight a little bit too much. Rickert's going to run wide and clonk the wall. We will sneak past, and we will try and make the most of a little bit of free air. Can I hit those curves with the Volvo a little bit? It's not great, though, for us. We will get the vehicle stopped for the hairpin. See, I'm trying to get to the inside of Stevie. Valentine's here looking for a way past us. There has been problems in front. Lado's in trouble. Shepard was not lucky. Shepard was unlucky in that. By the looks of it, has lost a wheel. We're side by side with Valentine running up the hill. We're still going to stick it there because I've got the grip to make this work. And we do. We are still going to be alongside. Don't know how bouncy that curb is. We will survive it. Valentine may try and look underneath. They do not find the space to do so, and we are out the other side. We have got 4th for now. Can we chase down? I feel like this track should be pretty good for my hammerhead. I'm not going to chase down Ninetales. All right, we can forget that. But we may be able to chase down Ewan and Gliska for their podium spot. Ewan looks like they're defending pretty hard. Valentine's almost going sideways into that corner. What are we going to have on the crossover is always a dangerous thing. Yeah, Shepard's that's so unfortunate for a car that's been doing quite well in the first time I've seen them in this. Yeah, that is. There's only so much you can do, and if you end up losing a wheel like that, you are going to be in trouble. Gliska is getting held up by Ewan quite a lot here. We may be able to profit. Nope, we're going to get run out of road. Oh, there's enough space for a hammerhead. If we fight with Gliska too much, Valentine is going to enjoy this, and Ewan's going to run away with the 2nd place. Can I go around the outside of Gliska? Yep, but Gliska got curb, and we got screwed in that. That is the downside of trying to go around the outside of a car through difficult corners, is if something goes wrong, you are in the firing line. Ninetales through the crossover bit. Gliska's still fending off from Valentine. Gliska's Bulldog is not quite working as well here as it would have wanted. Oh, bumpy through the gap between Valentine and Rockin. We are going to not be able to do anything up here. This is being a properly good race. I actually think we're all maybe a little bit faster than Gliska, and potentially me, Valentine, and Rockin are a bit faster than Ewan, but we're just stuck fighting. And when we say faster, we're not talking by very much here over the course of a lap. Hammerhead is definitely very quick at this track. I just cannot, at the moment, find a way through. Well, That was a little bit of a brake lock up. And the one time I thought we had found a way through, we got stuck on the stuck in Gliska's curb-related issues. Now down here, you want to be careful of the... I want to hit the curb, which we did get there. Oh! Ow. Well, we killed Ninetales. They did not get the gap judged perfectly that time. Oh, and it did not go well for a Ewan. Well, Shepard's managed to reverse up a hill. We've got a position, but at what cost? That is the unfortunate difficulty of this one. Yeah, that was a big hit. That was a very big hit on us. See, I thought Ninetales was going in front. I did tap the brakes because I was thinking Ninetales... I don't know. If I hadn't gone on the brakes, I don't know whether I would have gone in front of Ninetales. I think I might still have got hit because I did not brake very much. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but that is how it goes sometimes. I mean, the only way we get any higher up is if there is a crash at the crossover, which there will not be because they are far enough away that they are not going to be affected by anything. I think it's Bumpy and Ewan behind you. We're all now very, very spread out. Oh, there's a poor car. Started climbing the hill. It did not finish the climb up the hill. There is a huge scrap going on in front, and I am terribly disappointed that I'm not able to be a part of it. Ninetales claims victory, despite a big hit on the side of us. Slowed them down. Their margin of victory smaller than perhaps it would have been. Yet another race where we should have had a podium. Don't think we could have won, but we definitely had real pace around there. But it's the way it goes. I had a very fun race up until, Lado gets spun by Brazen. Lado may well get wrecked by Shadow as well. No, Lado is going to finish. Brazen's going to finish in reverse. Shadow is going to cross the line, and Lado is going to finish in a position that I'm not sure quite what it is, because there we go. It was 10th for Lado. This time around, the UI seems to be loading properly, which is good. Small Man and Shepard. We saw Shepard was broken. Small Man, I didn't see what happened to there. Oh, that might have been the muscle car in turn 1, actually. There we go. That was great fun. That was that was a really good race. A really good race. Just a shame we weren't involved till the end. Ewan, same story for Ewan actually as me really. I don't know what happened. I presume Ewan got hit in the crossover as well, possibly, with the way they were stuck in the wall. But there we go. Bean, thank you very much for the donation. I say, what would you say is the best way to improve on Forza? I keep failing, and it's a little frustrating at this point. There is no right answer on what would be the way to improve on Forza. I mean, okay, the easy stuff is, more cars, more tracks. That is the straightforward one. What I would say, I'm going to be controversial here. I say I'm going to be controversial here. It may not be controversial as much. What Forza would do better with is focusing more, or certainly including more, I'm going to say everyday cars, but you could also stretch that to being grassroots motorsport. If I want to go and drive GT cars, I'm going to go play Assetto Corsa. I'm going to go play iRacing. I'm going to go play... There's a whole plethora of games, Automobilista even, I'm going to go and play. What Forza does better than anybody else, either in Horizon or in the motorsport, is giving you the ability to either make your own racing series out of the cars, because, you can take... some of the most fun I've had with Forza games is when I was, making like the What If series, or what if DTM cars weren't silhouette cars, and you kind of made race cars from what might be a modern day sort of DTM. That kind of thing is where Forza really, really excels, is the ability to modify vehicles and kind of create your own racing series, if you like. And I would love to be able to do things like, the Ford KA Cup or the Citroen C1 Cup and that kind of thing. Have that more entry-level motorsport. I don't care about what LMP cars and hypercars Forza has. If Forza didn't have those, it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference to me, because I'll drive them once and not use them again. And now I appreciate that will not be everyone's opinion on it. That is absolutely fair enough. But to me, I don't care about that whatsoever. I just want to have... I'm much more interested in the entry-level stuff. I'm much more interested in, you know, MX-5 Cup, Clio Cup cars and that kind of thing. If you had, much like the old, God, what was it, Need for Speed Shift games, where you could have a car and then you could do like a race conversion on it. I'd love to see Forza go down that route, where you could, you know, you could have a Clio, then you could strip it out and turn it in, like have a Clio as like a track day car, strip it out and have like a Clio Cup car, and still have the ability to put a crazy engine in it if you want. You might not do that much, but have the ability to do that kind of thing is great fun. And that's what, I think that's what Forza, to me, that's what Forza would make Forza fantastic, is just more freedom of choice and more focus on the lower entry level stuff, because there aren't many games that do. There are a few. Ultima Blister's quite good, I think, although not that I've checked that out for a long time. But I need to go back to it, actually, because it's a very good game that I've not really played. But yeah, that's what I would do with it. Outside of just the here's more tracks, here's, you know, here's more cars. Infinite amount of tracks and cars, sure, is great. I can't say the handling one. I haven't played the new one yet, so I don't know what the handling is going to be like, really. But yeah, that to me, you could even include things like Rallycross, something along those lines. I personally am always a big fan of the Rallycross, so that might not be for everyone's taste, but yeah, I would love to see Rallycross in the game. But yeah, biggest thing for me is more essentially entry-level motorsport. I doubt we're going to see that. I don't know. I don't know yet, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be something that we see. But we will have to wait and see on that one. I don't think Forza trying to compete with Assetto Corsa and iRacing and even Gran Turismo to a point. I don't think that's the right way to go. I think it would be better off actually trying to get away from them and carve out its own thing. Because ultimately, if I want to go do sim racing, I'll go play iRacing. If I actually want to go do really serious stuff, I'm not firing up any Forza game for that ultra serious thing. I'm firing up Forza to have fun. So yeah, that's my take on it. But I appreciate might not be everyone's. We are off back to Wreckfest. We are off to the good old Deathloop. We're in sensible cars. I mean, the general rule is you must take the loop every time, unless you physically can't. If you get nudged or spun heading towards the loop, you know you're going to bail away. Oh, was my hammerhead really slow around the loop? I had a feeling it was. I think my hammerhead was quite slow on the loop. It might be all right it's okay over the course of a lap, but I think this is quite bad on the actual loop itself. It's going to have to do. I don't have anything else. Well, I have some other good things. Goodish things. I don't know if the Rammer's any better, to be honest. Because my Stella's been torn apart. The Stella was modified and torn apart for something else. So it's not B-class anymore. And I can't remember my other one. I've got some heavyweights, but this is not going to be a chaotic enough round for survival to be the main aim. Everyone is ready. Everyone's been ready for a while. I mean, it's going to time out in 10 seconds anyway. Rika is very much ready. Sometimes it doesn't seem to like load the fact that they are ready. I don't know. Wreckfest is being Wreckfest. But there we go. Right, onwards. I'm not expecting great things, but you never know. I mean, there's not a great spot on the grid for us here. We are caught on the outside. It's not the end of the world. We can make that work. We will be on the inside at least for the hairpin. Oh, Rockin's going to jump right into the middle of all of that. We're going to be a little bit pushed by a Brazen. Oh dear, we got turned across. We got away with it though. I don't really want to be trying to go 3 wide around the loop, but you can't lift heading up towards that section. It's just not going to work. Oh, we're going to go very sideways, and debris has well, not debris, but the going very sideways in front of those barriers will slow you down and just tip my car around. That is a spin for, I think, a brazen. Through all of that has ended up going around. We are, whoa, to the inside, very sideways. From the Volvo, oh crap, did not want that one. No, we are all out of shape. God, we have not got a good start to this race. I think, oh, hey brazen, a combination of a poor start and then desperately trying to make up for lost time has not gone well. This looks dangerous, doesn't it? God, our car is terrible on the loop. I may have gone up one gear too many at some point, but yeah, right. We need a good couple of laps here from the hammerhead to try and make some forward progress. Some chaos wouldn't go amiss. That is for sure here. If you want to go cause some chaos up ahead, oh, well, you've taken off one of the wide body fenders. Yeah, a little bit of chaos up in front. I mean, the pack is actually all very close together. Oh. And we have got the caught. There is a car about to have a bad day on the loop. Oh, that was close. Don't know who it was. Christ, I am not sure who that was. Somebody had a sketchy moment. A lot of cars. There's not a huge amount of really slow cars around this one. There's still a lot of cars very evenly bunched up at the halfway mark, which is surprising. We're trying to get underneath, I think it's a Cardinal on here, the Crown Vicar-like. We are alongside, but we are on the wrong side. Oh, someone's fallen over. They are about to lose. I think that's Crane, and they are not going to be able to reset because they're getting pushed along, which is actually going to counters them moving. Oh, no, not in front of me. Oh, we got away with that. Brazen and Smallman are coming the wrong way around the loop, and how have we ended up pointing that direction? How in all of that is it us that came off worse? I don't know how we survived initially. We did quite well to survive initially. Well, this game, it's just, when the game doesn't like you, it just really decides to screw you. And that was one of those. I don't know how we survived as long as we did, but we still came out. In some ways, it's almost worse than a big crash because it's such a lazy space. It was always going to happen eventually, right? The pack was way too close together. There was always going to be some shenanigans. I just hoped that we were going to be able to make it through and, you know, profit from those. But we could not. Yeah, third gear's going to have to do around there. I think, oh, no, forgot there was a car on that side. Well, this race is an absolute write-off. It's a shame. Deathloop, normally quite fun. Well, let's see. Normally quite interesting. This has just been, from my point of view, it happens in Wreckfest. Sometimes you just have an absolutely miserable race. And hopefully this is the only one where we have this truly horrific race today. As you can tell, I have completely given up caring, really, with this. It's just been bad. It's been bad the whole way through. There's not really even a redeem. Well, if we'd landed on Brazen, that would have been a redeeming characteristic, but we didn't. So it wasn't. And there we go. That is the end of that. Well, yeah, sometimes you have a good race at the Deathloop, and sometimes you have that. Ninetales takes victory. Lado is second. Longbow is third. Lado's nicked all of my luck. That's where it's gone. Lado's on the podium again. Gliska is fourth, ahead of Finland. Bumpy sixth, ahead of Stevie. Smallman, Valentine, and somebody rounded out the top 10. Did not see. El Jojo, thank you very much indeed for the super chat. It is much appreciated. They're saying greetings from the US. Great stuff. Love the Wreckfest. Well, thank you very much indeed. Glad to hear that you are enjoying the content, enjoying some Wreckfest. It's outside of that race, on the most part, it is fun to be back on this game, even if that race itself did not show it. Yes, Wreckfest is one of those games that is, I guess, always entertaining. Certainly can be a lot of fun, even after all that. I mean, it's been well. Wreckfest in one form or another has been around for a very long time. I remember the old Next Car game days from many years ago now. And yeah, it is a very good fun sort of multiplayer racer, so to speak. I mean, I did see the leak about there potentially being a Wreckfest 2, which would be cool if that is on the way. You know, more tracks, more vehicles, more silly vehicles. I guess would be the way it is going. So yeah, it will be interesting if we do get a second one. They've done quite a nice job of supporting this one. Like with a lot of games, I've not really kept up with a lot of the I went through a little phase of doing the tournament stuff on here, and it lasted for about 2 weeks, and then I stopped. But there have been decent amount of updates, new tracks, and so on with this one. So yeah, it's had a good lifespan, I think, is the best way to sum it up. We have swapped cars. I've got my Rammer for this one. We will see. The Rammer's normally pretty good. It's got a lot of traction, I think, is what makes it quite so strong. I mean, you're not going to have a heavyweight, really, for this one. I don't know what would be the heavy. I guess the War Wagon would actually be the heaviest vehicle, likely, unless someone's really armoured up a car. But you're not going to be running an armoured car in this particular... You're not expecting a lot of DNFs here. This is a tough track. I like this circuit. Not everyone does. This is one of those very... I was like a Marmite circuit, quite a split opinion circuit. Some people, like me, really like it. Some do not. I can see why you wouldn't, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have tracks that I like. This is one of them. Hopefully we don't start at the... Well, I guess hopefully we don't start at the back of the grid. So, I mean, at least we got that part of our hope. The other part of our hope is we can get through turn 1 in one piece. I knew we were going to get bumped. My whole goal through there was to make sure we didn't get bumped wide into the wall or spun, and that worked. We completed that part of the objective. Unfortunately for me, Ninetales is immediately alongside. The one car that you do not want immediately harassing you is Ninetales. Can we go? Oh, wait, we've got Ninetales and Longbow. I mean, it's never easy winning a race, but we would have wanted the faster cars to be further back. So Longbow's Nexus is silly good, but it is about the only car Longbow can drive because of ping from good old Canada. Longbow is quite limited by what vehicle they can actually use because of the essentially lag with their inputs. We are still side by side with the Nexus. We are going to have to brave it out here. I'm worried that Ninetales is going to do just that. Oh, Lado's going to dive bomb the gap that I wanted. I wanted to cut underneath the pair of them, but Lado turned up, so we didn't get to. And we're going to get a bit sideways through there. Lado's going to dive to the inside as Longbow and Ninetales are having a fight. Longbow looked to dive at turn 1 and may have prized the door open for Lado. I love how there's all of these tiny sports cars in front of me. We are a little bit wide through there. That's not really helping. They can go side by side if they want through this section. It does open the door up potentially for me if I can get a good exit somewhere, but we're not quite quick enough out of these corners. Oh no, I'm about to have an accident. Okay, we saved it from an accident, but we're going to lose a couple of places. Oh, this evening's not going well for me. I knew we were in trouble immediately when we bounced off. I think second gear is the one I want for these launches out of the corners. But yeah, when I saw the line I was on, I knew I was going to be in trouble because we turned in a bit too soon. Gliska is hovering around behind us here. Right, get that stopped. Gorby can have a look, but I don't think it's going to outrun us, and it's going to be on the outside through here. I don't want to go too close to the inside. Unfortunately, it's going to be on the preferred line through this corner. That's going to park it. We will get underneath it, and we will fire to the inside at turn 1. I mean, look, if you're going to squeeze me in the wall, I'm just going to put you round at that point. Look, I've been playing nice. However, my car was alongside, and if you're not going to leave me space, I'm not going to be particularly... I've not had a good evening of racing so far my sympathy is going to last to a point, and if you're going to squeeze me into the gap, I'm going to fight back, because I've got a bigger and heavier car at that point. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, all of that fighting has pretty much lost touch with the top group, and I get a load of understeer through there anyway. This is another race that's kind of gotten away a little bit from us. I just don't think my car's quick enough. Well, the car or me, either of those, are just not quite fast enough today. We missed the apex there by an absolute mile, which is not what you want. Yeah, we just lost too much ground on the cars ahead. Come on, Rammer. I should probably rebuild this at some point, take the armour off it. I can't remember what it was built for. I think it was built to be an overall vehicle, which is fine, you know, to an extent. Oh, Ninetales has had a reset. Something's gone wrong for a Ninetales. I wonder what's happened. I don't know. Maybe, obviously, either got spun or made a mistake somewhere. I don't know what you'd need a reset for. But Ninetales is going to lose out on the final lap of the race. And it looks like Longbow is going to essentially inherit a victory in this one. Well, we haven't had a bad final couple of laps. Lado, well, there was a gap to the inside of Ewan, and Lado saw to it that they made it through. That's a bit unfortunate for Ewan on that one. Yeah, Longbow took victory in all of that. It was with a bit of a gift right at the death. I don't quite know what happened to Ninetales, having had such a lead and having, yeah, all that go. Oh, Brazen's lost a wheel. Shadow's not had a great race either. Brazen's a three-wheeled muscle car. The Wild King, I think. I don't know. And Finland Bull might be a three-wheeled car. They're certainly a parked car at this point. Yeah, it was another race. Did not go. Could have gone worse. Couldn't have gone. Could have gone much better. Could have gone much better. That one. But there we go. Still not quite got ourselves onto the on the podium yet. I mean, we got closer that time, I guess. Ewan's AI is still smacking it into the wall down there. Ewan's AI is down to 3 wheels as well, which is probably not quite what Ewan was going for. Shall we go to... you know, you can never go wrong with a bit of a figure of 8. Let's go to C-Class as well with a figure of 8. Petrolhead, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying, hey Alex, it's been a bit since I popped in here, been busy with life and that. Also got my last car show of the year on Sunday. just about made it through. Well that's cool. Yeah, I guess car shows are going to be winding down for I haven't really gone to very many this year. Mostly because I didn't really plan for any, because I didn't know exactly where I was going to be in terms of house moving. So I didn't want to go and plan to go do a bunch of stuff and then have to... In the end, I wouldn't have mattered, but I didn't know initially to really set things up. But I'm sure I'll be out to some more next year, fingers crossed, and all that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy indeed. I have got 2 asleep pets in the office. It's all gone quiet on the animal front, which normally means either everyone's asleep or everyone's causing trouble. If anyone's causing trouble, it'd be Cass, and I'm not worried about Cass. He's a good boy. He doesn't cause trouble much. So, for this race, we have... Well, apparently we've got a bunch of people driving toilets. Well, you want to drive a toilet? Go for it. The toilet's actually surprisingly quick because it's so light. The PI or the brating, whatever you want to call it, is quite low. But because it's so light, it's... well, the thing's so low partly because it's to do with a lack of top speed, which isn't a problem when you're racing around something like this. So the toilets can be genuinely quite quick on this circuit. My Bulldog, I know, is a good handling car. Should, in theory, be fast. We will see, though. Night Rider, thank you very much for the super chat saying, I'd like to request Dirt Devil Stadium. Okay, you can request that. We can have a go. We can head to the Dirt... I haven't gone there for ages, actually. We can visit there. It's a bit of a wacky circuit, that's for sure. Hopefully, we can have some good racing around that one. We will see. But, yeah, okay, we've got lots of toilets. Got a TriStar, got a Gremlin. Got a bumper car for Ninetales, sure. There's a mud digger. There is a mud digger. Bumpy is going for it. I mean, it might be a heavily armoured mud digger. That could be scary. I mean, that could do some... The mud... It's not going to likely hurt the Bulldog much, but it could seriously do some damage to a toilet or two. There's a toilet escaping away immediately off of the line. We are going to... squeeze our way through. Oh, Bumpy, the mud digger's gone. Now, that is probably not what the toilets want to see. Because if Bumpy is facing the wrong way, what that means, or Bumpy's lost a lot of time, what that's going to mean is Bumpy is going to be at crossovers at weird points. And if we have that truck at weird points on the crossovers, it's immediately into the chaos. Ewan is to the lead with the toilet. Being followed by an El Matador. Oh, I'm going to get hit by a Bumpy. I'm at the one at the awkward point. Ninetales is doing an amazing job with a bumper car. Can I get across in front? I'm hoping so. We're going for it. Yes, we cleared the dangerous area. Yeah, I don't think I have an answer to the toilet's pace. I think the toilets are genuinely quicker than the cars around this circuit. Come on now, we need them to get into trouble with the cross traffic, because that is where they will find issue, shall we say. Alright, we'll see what we can do. I can't really do much. I mean, I am the highest placed car at the moment. We're starting to see some vehicles fall back. Can we pass Bumpy here? We can. I mean, Bumpy's staying out of the way. Which is nice. Oh, there is a Ewan who has had a trouble. So I'm going to guess Ewan has got hit at the crossover. That puts us up onto the podium. Lado's going to get hit at the crossover, and Lado does. Didn't know if that hay bale was going to cause us grief. It didn't. Ninetales is actually very difficult to see that vehicle. It's so tiny. So it will be difficult for vehicles to avoid it at the crossover. Ewan is going to be there having a look. Yeah, you can go on the brakes there. We are to the inside. Oh god, we're getting mugged by toilets everywhere. Please get across in front. It's just not my day. You have those days in motorsport where it is just not working out. We should have got the brakes, but. No, it's not. It's absolutely just not. Oh, didn't want that. These like really that one. It was more of a desperation call, just trying to get something out of this race that had already gone wrong. But yeah, how far are we into this stream? Like an hour, maybe. It's already at the point of I've given up having a good race, or any good race. I think this evening we're gonna have to rely on bloody Hell Ride having a lot of DNFs. Oh yeah, we'll do that car just to really finish it off. We'll hit Ninetales, but yeah. Yeah, it's really just not going well. And now we're getting bullied by a toilet. That's what we like. Well, I mean, we're going to make sure that we at least beat one of the I actually don't know whether we do, because I don't know where the finish line is on that one. Apparently we ended up 7th. We did beat Smallman and Lado with a little bit of elbows out sort of a driving. But there we go. What an absolute crappy race that one was as well. It's just not going. It's not going to plan. It's not going to plan. Longbow got a Gremlin to 2nd, which is something, I guess, in all of that. But there we go. Chris, thank you very much for the donation. saying it's believed that Lexus lost an estimated £110,000 for each LFA. They thought they could make the money back on the Nürburgring edition. However, even though the car went out of production over 5 years ago, you can still buy one new. Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing... To be fair, I feel like if you did that now... I know that LFA is not exactly that old, but I feel like you'd lose even more money now if you were doing that with a vehicle. It doesn't. I say it doesn't. We all knew they lost money on that one, but it's a great. It was a great thing that they did. It's a great thing that car exists. I think at the end of the day, but I'm surprised. It was such a lauded car. I'm amazed there is a Nürburgring edition still hanging around. I'm astonished about that one, unless they've not really been trying to sell it, which I guess is possible. But yeah, it does surprise me that no one would have snapped that one up with those being such sought-after cars now. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, joke or not, you decide. How do you keep London's population down? Make them miserable with mimes. They're depressing. I mean, I think that's a terrible joke. Full stop. I mean, I don't even know if it's worth a boo. I think it's just rubbish. A friend of mine started a new club all about standing in the middle of the motorway. Membership numbers dropped rapidly since. Oh, dear. I mean, that one was more boo-worthy. Both terrible. Both terrible. I'm going to drive a Gremlin. I think I want a Gremlin around here more than I want a Bulldog. I think it's going to be quite... I haven't done this track for a while. I think you're going to want a little bit of... a bit of strength. I don't know how crazy it's really going to get around here. But we will see. We will see how it goes. I know Gremlin's always a solid choice, always a good handling vehicle. I mean, we're going to see a lot more sensible. The Vandal's going to be interesting. The Vandal's going to do something, I think, is the best way to sum it up. Probably fall over quite a lot. That is my guess. I'm going. we're gonna place a guess on the Vandal falling over. I mean, I might fall. Around this circuit, you can fall over. You can get in quite a lot of trouble in various places. There was... I can't remember how it's not really a shortcut. If you took a jump in one of the split route bits, I think you can take a jump and go straight rather than jumping across. I think that's slightly faster if you get it right. I'm sure we will see it as... the race gets going, how it works. I think it's slightly faster, but it might be slightly risky, especially if cars are taking normal routes. You might end up... I don't think you want to land on the roof of a car. Chances are you just get chucked off the circuit. It's not quite like Burnout, where you get like the aerial takedowns if you touch the roof of a car. We've had some decent spots on the grid at times. We've had some terrible spots, but we've had some decent ones as well. We are off and underway. At least we can kind of take... we are going faster through turn 1 than I was anticipating. We got a little bit of help. Oh, I don't necessarily want to be side-by-side down here, but no, definitely don't want to be side-by-side in the air. Christ, that's a bit dangerous. Oh, and now we're going to go 3 wide through here. We have made it all work. Yes, that jump there, I think you can take that jump, but if you get it right, you can make up some time. We've had a little bit of... we've had not a bad run through there. Oh! There's a car on the inside, so I couldn't turn away from that because I was being nudged, and Longbow couldn't turn away from that because Longbow was being nudged. That sums up my evening. That just sums up how Wreckfest is going. Well, I said the Vandal was going to fall over. I was correct. The Vandal has fallen over. Oh, and everything's fallen over up ahead. Glorious. At least that was spectacular to witness as well. We are... Oh, not quite... Oh, never mind. That was a good flip, actually. Well done, Gremlin. think we carried so much speed over there, we ended up taking that jump really weird. That's an unusual way to fall over. I can't say I don't remember doing that one very often. I mean, he's apparently happy. He's apparently a thing now. I'm going to have to be aware of. I'm going to try taking the slight alternate jump route. Don't know whether it's going to work with this car. I'm not sure this is the best on the landing, but we're going to give it a try. So yeah, where the line, I think it's a Gliska up ahead, is going. This jump line is not bad. Yeah, oh, it's bumpy, sorry. Similar colours. We got through all of that quite nicely. I don't know if I really wanted second gear. I think I wanted third. We're trying to get to the inside of bumpy. Longbow's there to the outside now. Again, I think third would have worked. Oh, well, apparently I'm going this way. Oh, dear. We keep... Uh-oh. We're going to make contact with Longbow in the air. Can't do anything about that. Oh, hey, Bumpy. Okay, well, we're going this way. They are being forced to go... Oh, crap, we might land on someone. No, okay, we kind of all worked out quite nicely through there. Okay, it's much of a muchness. You're faster over some of the jumps going that way. You're slower over others. It sort of worked out even between me and Longbow, so I will take it. I think I prefer that route slightly. I think the reason I prefer it is I think we get a slightly better landing. I think we're less likely to do a random flip, is at least my goal there. There's been... I say that as a laddo has done a tremendous flip on their own and may well have been stuck. We are moving up... I mean, we're moving up some places here. We're kind of just following Longbow. As cars fall over, we are just gaining spots for now. Okay, that line there's not bad, actually. Up there, you kind of use the banking to help get the car turned. Ooh, careful. A little bit of a crunch on the landing. Yeah, cars gets a little bit unhappy on the landing, but it's nothing, nowhere near as bad as some of the vehicles that I've driven. It looks like Ewan's just jumped off the circuit. Rockin has taken victory. Oh, Longbow had a bit of an issue through there. We're going to try and fire it to the inside, but we're not going to have the speed on the exit. We're going to cross the line in 6th. Better recovery job than I thought that one was going to go. The Gremlins were 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. The Gremlins all found each other. We found a... Gremlin squad was assembled. We were pretty rapid. Gliska with the fastest lap of the race, I think. Ewan was in the 33s. Stevie was in the 33s. Ninetales was out. Ninetales DNF'd out of that one after barely a lap, I'm going to guess. Probably one flying lap with that. Yeah, it looks like Gliska got the fastest lap of the race. It was, yeah, it was a decent recovery, all things considered. I'll take it. I'll take it after how we started on that one. Rockin' with victory, yeah. Gliska second, and Shepard gets on to the podium ahead of all the Gremlins. All the Gremlins turned up, but they were relatively fast. Mark, thank you very much for the super chat saying a crappy toilet race. Who would have thought? Do I give you a boo for that? I mean, you were very kind with a super chat, but I definitely think you are boo worthy for the pun. Right there. I think that is a boo worthy one going on. Where do we want to go next? Relatively like this circuit. Sure, why not? I think it might after this. I think it might be on to Hellride. But we'll have Rosenheim. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Probably not. We shall make stuff up. We normally do, actually. That is my way to go. 6 laps. Yeah, I'll stick with C-Class cars. Do I go Gremlin or do I go Bulldog? I think this is a bit of a faster track. I say faster track. So the Bulldog is a very good handling car, but it has no top end. The Gremlin is a bit better in terms of speed. So I think we're going to stick with it here. This isn't by any stretch of imagination a full-on speed zone, but there is definitely a couple of longer straights that I think the top speed of the Gremlin will be useful. Why can I not ready? Huh? That was very odd. Is there something wrong with my gremlin? I don't know. I don't know why that didn't want us to start. But never mind. There we go. It's off. We're underway, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for a good race. It can only improve. Actually, no, don't say that. The curse of the commentator is too powerful to be messed with. We've got a few gremlins around. The gremlin squad is here. Valentine, Rockin, me, and Longbow are all in. They're all in the gremlins. A couple of tri-stars. Oh, Lado's getting a gremlin as well. The gremlin squad is definitely about. There is a killer bee. There's a few tri-stars, a few gremlins. Yeah, and not a crazy, not a specific amount of anything else. Right. I know that. Well, I know that Venom of Ninetales is very quick. I do remember it. I do remember it being a scary thing to go up against. But anything driven, by Ninetales, it will often be that. Where is Apollo? Apollo is currently fast asleep on the bed behind my chair. Well, just a little bit behind my chair. So, and Apollo has had a tiring day of not doing a huge amount. It's difficult being a dog. It's difficult being a dog. You get to go have a play, you get fed, you get to do whatever you want, and yeah, that's kind of your life. That's it, really. Oh, okay, Gremlins are 1, 2, 3 at the moment. That's fun. Ninetales is about to, well, change that, or I'm going to be used as brakes. That is also a distinct possibility. So I get on the brakes early. I guess maybe I should have known being on the first lap when there's a big cluster, someone was going to be late. But yeah, I try and get on because I wanted quite a tight line. Well, I have been very much bullied through that section. Well, what we've done is we've let Rockin get away, and Valentine was actually very smart. So the route that we took is technically the quicker route. However, when you are all bunched up like that, it's actually better off to go the other way around, because Valentine was able to avoid all of the bunching and, yeah, get out the other side in one piece. Don't want first. Second is definitely going to be what we want to accelerate away. Now, my concern is, I'm going to guess there's still a big line of cars waiting behind us. There's not really overtaking space into this corner down here. Chances are, try and overtake through here. Certainly on the way in. You might get on the exit, which is what we're about to try. But on the way in, it's so narrow, you are really unlikely to be able to pass. Oh, it's going to be very close. We gave Valentine a gremlin's width on the exit, and no more. And they are returning the favour down here. We are still side by side with Valentine. We're going to go slightly earlier on the brakes because I don't want to be sliding about that much. We can do the slide job on the exit, almost cut them off, and we are up into second place. And now they're going to have Ewan for company, who is looking for a way past into the narrow section. We are getting the car slowed for this bit and out the other side. Now, if they can fight each other, which looks like they are, Brazen has spotted a gap and come flying through. Don't know what happened to Ninetales. I'm going to guess came off worse in that tangle, because they were right behind us. I don't know what happened. So it was Lado and Ninetales, the two vehicles that were there but that are no longer there, in that big tangle in the narrow section, which makes me think they were more heavily involved, may have got spun or rolled or something, lost a heap of time. So we have got we've got gap back to Brazen. There've been incidents that have been slower back there. I am taking it cautious on the way. I think I'm not the best at this game, but I think you're better off being slow on the way into that section, focusing on the exit. It's really tempting to run in with a load of speed, but I don't think it's the best way through that corner. I think you're better off being slow on the way in, straighten the car up, sort it out, and yeah, get the speed on the exit. I mean, it is Wreckfest. There are probably other ways of doing it as well, but for me, to be fair, that is my preferred way of driving as well. Gliska's been unlucky. Missing a wheel on the sunrise. We have just not quite got the pace of the leader. It's very close between the two gremlins, but they are just eking out that gap a little bit. I didn't have quite such a good lap that time around, or compared to them at least. They've found some pace, even if my lap time was pretty similar to my personal best of the race so far. We've kept Brazen at about 2 seconds behind us. We will get slowed for the hairpin. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep everything neat and tidy, not do anything stupid, not get the car sideways, or anything like that. Which is, yeah, I'm not so good at that hairpin at the bottom. I think that is where I'm losing the time. I think I'm being a little too cautious on the way in. We are at least nicely through there. And it was more just safely does it on the final lap of the race, because I don't want to do anything silly. Oh, it's better. It's better. I will take it. We get ourselves a second place. We get on the podium. The Gremlins had a good time. It is safe to say the Gremlins had a good race. Gremlin. Oh, Longbow just lost out to Ninetales right at the end there. But, yeah, 3 Gremlins in the top 4. 4 Gremlins in the top 6. Lado, we think Lado got in trouble somewhere in that bind, so to speak. Ended up down in 10th. Yeah, Ninetales recovered to 5th in that one. Gliska unlucky, lost a wheel. Relatively early on and is now bullying Stevie. Because why not at that point? Yeah, 3 wheels on a sunrise, funnily enough, not great. But, oh, Ewan had a controller death. That would be a problem. That would be an issue. That would be an issue. Spanky Fisher, thank you very much for the super chat, saying because you're worth it. Well, thanks. I shall. Yeah, I'm sure there's a joke somewhere. I'm not going to say it, but yeah, thank you very much. It is always greatly appreciated. All right, let's go to the legendary circuit that is always likely to cause some form of chaos. We'll stick with C-Class. C-Class is fun around Hellride. Now, the rules for Hellride the same as the Deathloop as ever. You have to take the jump. You've got to take the ramp through the middle. Now, if you are pushed off the ramp, if you physically can't because of cars around, cars blocking it, cars coming towards you, fair enough. But yeah, you've got to take the ramp if at all possible. And I mean, I think most people are going to, because it is... Actually, no, wait, not around here, sorry. Even with these cars, the jump isn't quicker. But you've got to take it, because otherwise it's boring. Honestly, I would like... say, if I could modify this track in one way, it would be to have some form of slowing down the alternate route. Like, have the alternate route be available... If there's real trouble, it'd be a bit slightly slower. But yeah, you've got to take the jump. It's half the point, and most of the fun of this circuit is when we force people to take the jump. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the Gremlin, to be honest. The tracks, I mean, so the limo is strong, will survive more, but it is going to be slow over the lap. You might survive till the end, but you probably won't win unless it's really heavy attrition. You can win. Or I could go with a Gremlin, know that it'll be fast around a lap, but you run the risk. You run the risk of not finishing. But with a limo, you run the risk of not finishing as well. Just because the plus point of, the limo being strong works against it in some of the crashes, because there's a lot of weight falling off the ramp if you get hit there. So yeah, it doesn't actually always help you too much. At the moment, El Matadors, they can be pretty tough. Cardinal could be pretty tough. I don't know if I've seen Longbow's Cardinal. I don't remember Longbow's Cardinal. That will be tough. Road Cutter, probably quite strong. In theory. Yeah, so we've got Wingman, that's very big. So it's kind of split. Brazen's being brave and going for the pocket rocket. That if that survives, I'd be impressed. I would be impressed. Like Zavs, if you skip the jump, you're forced to watch the Trolls movie on loop for a year. God, no one deserves that. Or they have the Trolls movie, is the Emoji movie. Thankfully, I've never watched it, but I've heard from many it's garbage. So let's stick that in there as well in that cycle. All right, we are off to a good start, but do we want to go side by side with Bumpy? Thankfully, Bumpy is going to outrun us in a straight line. Oh, Stevie landed on the back of us. Stevie, please don't do that. Oh, never mind. We've not lost much health. I guess that is literally the only good thing. Not too much health has been lost. And so Stevie's had a bad day, bad time as well. Someone fell over in the background. I don't know who that was. Yeah, we actually lost barely for what was a bad place to have an accident. That could have been a lot worse, really. We only lost 5 hit points. It's honestly pretty good going. I know this car is quick at the end of the day. We know the Gremlin's a good car here, so let's see what we can do in terms of recovery drive. Jeez, Ewan. Where the hell did that come from? How did that get so much speed up at the top of the... That's immensely fast up there. Christ. No, well, we're up to 6th now, which is something. Valentine is leading, not a million miles ahead of us either, so I definitely think there is some possibilities for us. Oh! Ugh. Good God. I just locked everything up there. That was a panic. That was a full panic and brake. Yeah, Rocket avoided it. That is very fair. If I could, like, I wanted to avoid that. I saw it too late, and if I'd swerved, I would have actually hit the car. So it was slightly safer for me going on the ramp there. Cannot be mad at anybody avoiding that one, because that, you know, that is the you are just seeing cars jumping towards you. That's fair. Lamo got pinged off of it as well. Oh, we're a little twisted there. So Valentine has a decent size of lead. The problem you get a little bit when you have a big lead like that is you often end up out of sequence with everybody else. Ewan was carrying more speed than me because I was trying to deal with the car coming towards us, and we've had a bad day anyway. I mean, that car is still astonishingly healthy. Have I set the damage wrong? I feel like I must have set the damage wrong, because we've fallen over twice and we still are 80, and we've seen Shepard fall over a bunch as well. I think I must have set the damage wrong. Surely we can't be on the right setting here. Maybe we're on normal rather than intense or whatever. Possibly. We've lost a few cars. I don't really want to test this too much. Oh, crap. Oh. I had to try and frantically avoid the cars heading towards us. I mean, it's not that I care about interrupting the battle for the lead. I just don't want to get hit by them, because they will do a lot of damage to my car, essentially. We will launch ourselves through the air. Oh! Jeez. Lucky is just falling over constantly. Whatever's up with that car's suspension is not working at this track. That vehicle is really not liking the landings of the jumps at all. Ewan's finding lots of speed running up really high, and I've ran too high up there. Alright, get the car off that section. I mean, we're a little bit buckle, but it's nothing terrible. Gliska's absolutely miles ahead in this one. I think... Did Gliska have to... Someone had to take avoiding action. I think they bailed. I don't know, actually. I think I saw someone bail. I'm gonna guess there was a car coming towards that they were avoiding. We are catching up to Bumpy. I mean, we're running relatively quickly. Gliska, I've just seen, has had a big accident on their own, which is not what they would have wanted. Right, can we should, pace-wise, we're catching Bumpy. Whether chaos intervenes and causes other stuff to happen, I don't know. Maybe. There is Gliska. So there's a lap down car not taking the ramp. It may be missing a wheel, for all I know. Oh, we got great runoff there. That's a little bit rude. It's quite a bit rude, actually. Oh, okay, we're fine. We've gone over 1 and under 1. I had such a good run. Yeah, Bumpy didn't take the jump, but that was because I pushed them. There's 100... Again, that's another one of those. Bumpy could not have got that car on the ramp because it got pushed by me. So that's very understandable. The attrition just hasn't... I mean, it doesn't often hit quite the same in the lower classes. It does sometimes. But there's Rockin out of a podium position now. There is Gliska. I mean, we are catching. We are the fastest car on the track at the moment. We're not catching quick enough without some mayhem. We might not be the fastest over a lap, but we have been steady so far. I'm going to commentator curse myself here, I have absolutely no doubt. Actually wonder if it might be. There may be a lap down car is avoiding the jumps not to cause chaos for the leaders. Gliska's lost a heap of time this lap as well. Gliska's lost a lot of time to Lado. There is one more lap to go. We are not catching on pure pace. We can't catch... Oh no, it might just be in the way the time is kind of going around with the... sort of, I say with the loops and whatnot. We can't catch on pure pace alone. We are relying on something happening. And that's a big if. It could do. We know what this circuit is like. Hellride is a fickle track. It can be mean, it can be cruel. Both Lado and Gliska are over the jump cleanly. We are over the jump cleanly as well. We land not the best, but we do get a landing quite well. Gliska's again lost some time. Gliska's car is not as happy on these jumps, on these landings, as either mine or Lado's. Lado is right there fighting for the lead. Will they wipe each other out? I mean, I can't see what's going on. Gliska has fallen behind. Lado got wrecked by an AI afterwards. Did not see what happened. What happened there at the front, I don't know. Well, I'm going to guess Lado sent it at some point around the loop. We were absolutely flying, although Rockin was even faster. Although Rockin had a road cutter that was very quick, but we know what the road cutter is like on the landing of the jumps. Valetane's Gremlin was even faster, but I think that lost a wheel at some point and fell back. So we were catching the front two, but it was not by enough. Longbow is still going with the Cardinal. That's crossed the line. Yeah, Valetane lost a wheel. So Valetane had a very quick car, but a lost wheel would, in the end, see that one dropped down. The El Matadors got first and second. I would win Gremlin class, although there are less of them this time around. This circuit. 7 finishers. Not the most destructive we've ever seen at Hellride. It is not the most destructive we've ever seen with 7 cars finishing. I am stuck. Do we have... It's on intense damage. Yeah. Huh. It's just... Yeah, I got very lucky, obviously, without... just not taking a huge amount of damage through all of that, which, you know, I'm fine with. It won't happen again. That was making up for the terrible luck I've had so far. We just got super lucky. I mean, we had 2 big hits. We had 2 big rolls, and we still had 80 life left. That's, yeah. Surprisingly large amount. Oh, you always having some lag. I can't say I noticed too much lag on... I say on my end, but it wouldn't surprise me. Wreckfest can be a little bit on the laggy side at some points. Okay, Veil Falls. I don't want the... Well, I mean, I could, the Gremlin would be fine here. The Bulldog is what I'm going to drive, though. Better handling on the Bulldog, I think, is what we want to... what we want to go to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Intense is what we normally run damage on. Fairly. We don't run it on the extreme settings. So I'm pretty sure we run it on Intense normally. That seems to pretty sure that's the normal settings, so to speak. Now, a lot of cars are going to change. Vehicles you run for Hellride, you're probably not going to run around here necessarily. Certainly not the heavyweights. You see in that previous, I guess the Matadors were fairly heavy, but you see in the previous race how the heavyweights, they can run. They can sometimes be the last one standing, but if it's not a crazy high rate of attrition, they are generally just outclassed and outran. I mean, I've ran the limo a few times. I think I've won with a limo sometimes in like Hellride and whatnot, but it's a weird set of circumstances. Hellride is the track that throws up the weird set of circumstances. However, you do need them, even with it being 7 cars finishing. Yeah, here it's going to be different. I mean, this is a tough track. It's narrow. It's difficult to overtake. Someone's going over the wall. If you've driven this track before, yeah, you know what's going to happen. The wall is always a danger. The wall is always a danger. My Bulldog, very much a car that could fall over. Very, very much a car that could fall over. But we'll have to wait and see on this. There is a mixture. Okay, we're a fair way back. Oh, Bumpy's... the blade's probably not what you want around here. I mean, maybe Bumpy can make it work. Yeah, I think it's a bit big and a bit heavy for that. See, we can sneak our way up the inside through turn 1, but then we are on the outside for a bad corner. Shepard has fallen over and, well, caused complete chaos behind. That has worked out wonderfully for me. We managed to go from pretty much the back through all of the mess and got ourselves out the other side with Shepard blocking a lot of cars from getting through quickly. I will take that. We are at the inside of Longbow. We're fighting Gremlin Squad. Hello, Gremlin Squad. I have betrayed you momentarily. I am normally part of Gremlin Squad, but this time around I have a Bulldog. Yeah, I wasn't really going to try to go around the outside of Stevie. The only problem with the... Oh, well... I wasn't trying to go to the inside. Longbow made sure we were. Longbow used me as a crowbar to open the Stevie door, I think. I don't know if Longbow's about to get a pass done as well, but maybe. We're up into 6th. From the back of the grid, I can't complain too much. Ninetales is leading, and then I don't know who is driving the Blade at this point up there, but I think it's a Blade anyway. We will focus on trying to pick up places where we can. I'm again going for the just smooth, try and be smooth. I think it's a Brazen running in 2nd, just judging by the colour scheme. Yeah, I'm trying the whole be smooth. It's difficult on Wreckfest. Wreckfest I don't think ever really suits my driving style because I never like chucking cars about. I never like cars moving about. And you have to do that too. I mean, you can see me and Valentine outside of my power delivery there was a bit stamp and go. Mine and Valentine's driving are completely different. We're both getting speed, but mine is a lot more sort of... When I say composed, that sounds rude. It's not intended to be. It is just the different ways we drive the cars, different ways we get speed out of this game's physics engine, handling engine, whatever you want to call it. Although I got too much oversteer through there. My approach works, but you have to be kind of perfect to make it work. Any little bit of oversteer and you immediately undo all your hard work. Whereas if you're chucking the car around, you kind of get away with it. If you know what you're doing, I don't, which is why I don't drive like that. I can't be consistent driving like that. So I am opting to go for a little bit of a smoother approach. But we're not quite making it work at the moment. We've all kind of hit a line. It's like a DRS train, a little bit. No, we're a little bit too far back. This lap, we were good through turn 1, and then we got a little bit out of shape through 2 and 3. That's the bit that's cost me. Valentine's having a dive, will not get the pass on Brazen there. I'm definitely better on the final corner than the cars ahead, but I lose out through the rest of the lap. In the final corner, I really gain on it, but you're just not close enough to do a pass there. Valentine backs it in through here. We do not this time, though. We are better. Oh, Brazen's having issues. Brazen's having issues, which is slowing down Valentine, which is slowing down me. Brazen's Nexus is struggling a little bit around here, but we are not quite able to do anything about it. Can we go for a fire up the inside? Well, I think we might be able to spook Valentine right at the end. We did. So, didn't know if that was going to work. Yeah, basically, we kind of spooked Valentine into not moving. But what we did is we managed to make Valentine dive too deep under brakes. By putting my car there and almost threatening to dive, to defend, Valentine went super late on the brakes and just ran wide. And I'd been quick at that final corner, and yeah, we finally made it work. We made it work when it mattered on the final lap of the race. That was a good fun battle, actually. Very, very close between all of us here. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, even Lombo was right there. In fact, even Stevie, Ewan were all pretty quick. I say pretty quick, like within tenths of a second of each other around there. Very, very fast mid-pack. Ninetails got to the lead early on and stayed out of the way. Gliska did well, cutting through the traffic. That was a much more like it. That was a good race. that was a good race. It was actually one of the most tame Wreckfest races you'll have in some ways, yet it was great fun because everyone was super close in terms of sort of lap time, basically. Right, let's go to Wrecknado. Let's get things a bit silly. B-class, these will be faster. I don't know if I'm going to run a heavyweight. I generally have no luck. I really don't have any luck at this track. I mean, it is one of the chaos circuits. It does tend to have a fairly high rate of attrition. Not as much as Hellride, but yeah, I'm not expecting more than probably 8 cars to survive here. I might bring my speed demon. It was built for the tournament that I ended up running the road cutter in. It's not bad to drive. It just never felt all that fast, but we'll give it a go because I mean there's a good chance that I say that my lap speed won't matter too much. If you stay out of trouble, you're likely to get a half-decent finishing position, basically. So I'm going to go for something that's a little bit different to what I would normally run. Ninetails has got a heavyweight. Yeah, Grand Duke, one of the toughest cars you will get. Small man going about 11 to survive. Yeah, that is... That's probably not a bad shout. I am guessing at 8 survive. I think we might see a few more go out. Well, Brazen has a bus. Shadow there's a few big Destructos around the place, which makes me think they've not realised we've gone up to B class. I don't think. Possibly. Who knows? Lado's going for the Dominator. So, you know, that's... Oh, game's had a little freeze. That's okay. Hey, dog, you awake? Yes, you are. Hello. You are awake. Did you have a good nap? I don't know what you're going to go back to having a nap in a second. Now I've woken you up. I've interacted. Oh no, I should have left you alone. You were just looking at me, so I had to talk to you. You can't ignore the dog. You can't ignore the dog at all. But yeah, oh, Bumpy has a lot of ping. Boatnet is having issues. Oh god. 4 seconds of delay between like controller input and game doing something. That would be bad. Right. Time for some Wrecknado. Dog, you're going to have to be good boy now. I've got to race. Go back to nap spot. Good boy. You actually listened. No, you've gone to harass a cat. Well, I kind of listened. I'll take a kind of listened at this point. It's an improvement over not listened at all. But, right. this first crossover is where real manic is going. Oh, God. Well, we got lag bumped by Lado. Lado got absolutely wrecked. Lado's car was a mile away from the back of mine. Yeah, okay, I think we do have some laggy servers going on. Ewan did claim it, and it... well, I mean, that's the first... Oh, what is happening there? Sorry, Shadow. Oh, no. Shadow and Lado have both had laggy crashes with me. That is a problem. Yeah. Oh, dear. You know what? If you want to go... You've got very little health. I don't know whether you were... I'm going to duck underneath you. We are going to fight... Oh, motorhome has been disintegrated in the middle. Oh, God, Rocken's lagging around. Bumpy sideways in front of us. Yeah, this has got a little bit laggy. This, for me, this is the first race I've really been seeing the lag going on. Of course, it may well have been like that for others for some time. I do not have the speed of those cars at all. Oh, Ewan's about to get served by one of the super venoms. I think that those cars are just fast. That is. See, I'm not running up on that wall because I don't want to damage my car. Rocken's come out. Oh no, Rocken's lagging. Oh crap! Oh well, we hit someone. I don't know if the car was something I was racing for position. Stevie, we are racing for position at the moment. Motorhome into Stevie! Me into Bumpy! And I'm spun. Go, 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 go. Speed demon. Well, yeah, things have sure gone a bit funky. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, granted. Oh, okay, so Stevie, we're racing the hearses, I think. I think Lucky's in a hearse and Stevie's in a hearse. I don't know. Am I racing you? No, Finland Ball is a lap down, I presume. There is Gliska, who was the leader, is not the leader anymore. Longbow now is the leader. Oh, God. No, well, never mind. Oh, no, you're lagging as well. Well, that's fun. That's really fun to deal with. Oh, yeah, that's an extra difficult one to deal with. You're just not sure if a car actually exists or not. We are continuing our battle with hearses. Oh, no. Now, I think the battle has been won by the hearses. We are very broken. It's actually going to be... It may have been quicker not to reset. Why did that not... Okay, so it reset with me moving, and then me trying to drive stopped it driving. Sure. Okay, that's cool. Oh, the hearse. The hearse has had an awful time. Oh, no. Well, Lucky was not so lucky. Longbow has taken a victory up ahead. Bumpy got a big hit there. My steering's not good anymore. Oh, come on, Speed Demon. I don't think this car is particularly great. It didn't feel particularly fast. I mean, it hasn't helped that we were fairly unlucky with Wrecknado. Oh, is it normally laggy at this track? Maybe it's like one of the, because this track's so mad or something. Maybe that doesn't help it or something. I don't remember. I'm amazed we survived that hit with the hearses. To be honest, I thought they would kill it. 11. Looks like 11 are going to finish. It looks like Small Man was going to be correct. Small Man was not one of the ones that finished, but it looks like they might have been correct on the number that did finish. Longbow takes victory. Ewan is second. Ninetales is third, ahead of Gliska. Gliska led for a long time. Brazen is actually going to finish with the van, which is quite good going, all things considered. And Ricker did survive somehow. I don't quite know how, but Rickert did survive with the motorhome. We saw the motorhome have a very big crash. But there we go. Wrecknado, it's always destructive. Not the worst. That is, yeah, by no means the worst we have ever seen in terms of finishing numbers. Where do we fancy going to next? Pine Hills Rally Circuit's quite fun. I'm going to put it to 4 laps because I think it's quite a long lap around here. It should hopefully produce some decent... I'm not going to drive the Speed Demon. So I don't think my sweeper was very good, from what I remember. Cornering 1.4. I don't know how you have that bad error corner. How... I see, I don't trust the stats. When this is basically built to be as tough as possible in B class, this is one of the full strength cars. Yeah, that has 2.5 handling, a massive trophy truck with heavy armour, and the sweeper that has a little bit of armour is 1.4 cornering. How does that work? I mean, that's very high corner. That was built for the Marked Man event, the Speedy. I don't actually know. You know what? I have no idea if this is fast. It was built and it's only ever been used as a Marked Man car. I have never raced it in a race. It's only ever run in Marked Man. And it's only got skeletons because I think we filmed a Marked Man on Halloween and most of the cars ran with skeletons that time. So... yeah, the Speedy has never actually been run in a race. Let's see how it does. I have no clue, but we will find out. If it's silly OP, I apologise. I doubt it will be, let's face it. It is likely, if there's contact, it's going to have a really bad time. It's not very strong. It wasn't built to be, you know, it was built for a purpose. Let's see how it goes. The dog has actually listened to me. I can't believe I'm saying. I'm not going to say it too loudly because I don't want him to hear what I'm saying. But the dog has actually listened to me. He is behaving. What's going on? It's lovely. It's rare, but it's lovely. What have we got in terms of the vehicles? Hammerheads. There's a rocket in there. Rammer, Star Beast, Raven. I mean, it's the normal selection. Pretty sensible. It's nothing... I don't know. Star Beast SS is probably... I think the normal Star Beast is terrible. I could be wrong. I don't know much about Wreckfest. You just don't see them ever. So I presume the normal Star Beast is terrible. I don't know what the SS is like. But yeah, it's kind of just a sensible selection of vehicles going around. I had to say something. I knew I would curse it. He didn't even notice. But now we've got Dog back. Hello. Do you want to drive? Shall we get you a car? Actually, God, no. Don't give a Mally a car. They're already fast enough as it is. But you would be a big lunatic. At some point, I'll remember to set up dog camera. But, yeah, right now, dog. Be quiet, behave yourself, I've got to race. See if this works for a second time. Probably not. But, you know, we can always be hopeful. Okay, it's mid-pack on the grid. It's not too bad. I mean, with front-wheel drive... Actually, no, we're not mid-pack on the grid. I forgot how big the grids are on here. We're at the back, although that's probably safer, right? We can go into... Pumpy did not realise what circuit we were on. Oh, poor Bumpy. Yeah, it is an easy mistake to make that, to be fair. If you don't know this track particularly well, it's really easy to think that you are on the normal layout of this. Go take that route and yeah, have things go a little bit awry. We're going to pass a shadow. Whee! Oh, chucked it a bit hard into that corner. Don't generally drive the front-wheel drive. Normally, I'm normally a very big fan of front-wheel drives in racing games, especially Forza. I've always been a champion of the front-wheel drives. Don't actually drive many of the front-wheel drives on Wreckfest. Probably should, because they're probably quite quick. But yeah, I haven't actually driven them all that often. Uh-oh, we may be a little bit wide. Not as wide as Ewan. Not quite intentional dive there. I had to make a choice of either throw it up the inside of Rockin, which I will apologise, it wasn't the best of manoeuvres, but if I hadn't done that, Lado was going to do the same to me. So it was either that or get hit from behind, so we chose to be the one doing the hitting. Sorry. We'll get slowed down for turn 1, because Gliska's out wide and in trouble with their... I've not driven this track for a long time. I think a lot of us may not have driven this track for a long time, and it is telling. Longbow is in second with the Nexus. I mean, the Mini's not doing terribly, actually. I feel like I feel like this vehicle is very quick if I knew how to drive it, and I'm not really quite driving it right. But it's going well enough, which is something. I mean, we know how fast Longbow is in that Nexus, and it's Ninetales at the front. So we've climbed our way through the pack to third. It's not bad going. We'll go over the bump. It goes over the bumps quite well. I will give it that. We've lost the big chasing pack behind. Don't understeer too far wide. Oh, God, back end just got a little bit loose on a bump there. This is a standard track. This is one of the later additions to the game. This is the rally layout of one of the circuits. It's a fun layout. I mean, we're playing on Xbox. Can't be any mods at the end of the day. Right. Get that one turned in. Oh, God, it's got so much turning through that first corner. I was expecting that to wash a lot wider than it did. And it just gripped and went. Oh, there is... Bumpy. Poor Bumpy has probably lost a wheel. Yeah, Bumpy's not had a good run in this one. Much like I had some bad races at the start of this stream. It does happen sometimes. If you lose a wheel, it's one of those just frustrating days. I'm clearly not as fast as the top two around here, but I am third fastest. Lado has climbed to fourth, but has lost ground to us. I mean, Lado's about the same gap behind as I am to Longbow. I mean, I feel like that line is probably quick up there, just next time without the horrifically sketchy run towards the hazards on the outside. He just didn't want to turn. I feel like there is a way to take a line out there that's very quick, but I did not get it. Oh, that time. Oh, did not quite get the turn in as I wanted, but never mind. I mean, we're still okay through here. Yeah, the only downside, this track's great fun. However, by the nature of it being, you know, more open and all of that, it does tend to get a bit spread out, which is what we are seeing here. I think Lado's vehicle may be a little quicker. Oh. Yeah, I'm still doing that a bit too much. Gliska's having a fight with Valentine by the looks of it. Gliska's lost out a little bit. Gliska's car maybe not quite working so well around here. Yeah, we've had a scruffy final lap. Oh, and it's continuing to be a bit scruffy going on over there. There's no point doing anything silly on this lap, so we're just going to take it a bit easy up here. We've got a big gap back to Lado, so just see it through to the finish line is basically what we are aiming for here. Ninetales will claim a victory. Longbow gets a second. We have a bad final lap, but honestly, by about halfway round, I just stopped pushing on that one. It was all about just finish, don't make a dumb mistake, and cross the finish line. I'll take it. The speedy's not too bad. I feel like I'd need to get used to that car quite a lot to be able to really get the most out of it. Small Man is the only dumph out of this one, although we know there were a few cars that were a bit broken in here. Car Guy is one of them, missing a front wheel. Bumpy we know is another. Finland Bull also had a big smash. Have still got all four wheels by the looks of it, but did have a big wreck along the way. Yeah. I'm going to guess those were more wall-related. There's a couple of very solid concrete things you can end up hitting that are not fun, shall we say. It's a podium. It's a podium with a car I've never driven before. Not as fast as the top two, but yeah, relatively competitive. Gliska's Panther did not have a good time. That one did just slip down. But there we go. Okay, I mean, I'm happy enough. I was happy enough with the speedy. It was an interesting vehicle. Shall we go? You know what? Let's go Hellride with some B-class cars. So, I mean, B-class, the vehicles are going to be pretty fast and probably quite strong. I would presume these are going to be, or depending on what people want to run, they can be very strong. I'm thinking I'm going for a middle-of-the-road car. I'd love to run the Road Cutter if it wasn't for the fact that it just couldn't survive the jump. So again, same rules apply as we had last time. wherein you must take the jump unless you are physically unable to. You know, for whether you get pushed off of it, whether you get nudged around, whether there are 2 cars coming towards you and you have no other choice. So yeah, you've got to take the jump. I mean, the school bus. That's not going to be as scary. I think that's going to get wrecked. It might cause you don't want to be the car that wrecks it, because you'll probably do some damage to yourself. But I don't think that will last till the end. Could be wrong. We've got, I mean, because the sensible stuff, wall wagging probably quite strong. Don't know anything about that car particularly. I mean, Hammerhead RS and Rammer RS likes more foot. It's about speed. Grand Duke strong. Wall wagon probably strong. Don't know what Lombo's going to be driving. Probably not a Nexus, because they're about made of paper. Although it would be very fast if it made it to the end. A couple of Grand Dukes and a limo and a Cardinal. So there's quite a lot of heavyweights in this one. I think there's more heavyweights in this than last time, which could mean the attrition rate is going up. Lado has a Cardinal in this. Yeah, we might only see 2 or 3 cars finish here. I have a feeling, because the heavyweights are going to probably dish out a lot of punishment. My Rammer's not weak, but I don't want to get hit by a Grand Duke. However, as I said, the heavyweights also will damage themselves a lot if they get nudged off the jump, if they get nudged around. So this is going to be something. Everyone is ready. I mean, the limo can be immensely strong. The limo can and potentially... Oh... Well, actually, no. We're helped by... The bus is a bit of a saviour here. Because what the bus is going to do is create a big stack of cars. They're all going to stack up behind that and be slowed down. Oh, no. Okay, we are fine. Oh, yep, it's gone very badly wrong for everybody further behind. That was the hope. I say the hope, but yeah, that was kind of the expected thing. Now, how does my car do on this big jump? Should be okay, Rammer? Okay, lovely. That is what we wanted to see. That is what we wanted to see. So we've survived lap number 1 with barely a concern. The thing is, early runaway leaders often get caught up in shenanigans around here. That is just how it happens, because we are the first ones onto the scene of this jump. Oh God, we might survive that. We actually survived that almost perfectly. We could not have asked for it better. To be knocked off the jump and land and be able to carry on is not something that happens very regularly. That is astonishingly lucky. I'm out of control and I am not making it across. God damn it, what did I don't know if I bottomed out the car or what happened. I mean, we are still in third. Oh dear. Yeah, we're not making it to the end. No. Well, I don't know what happened. I think it seemed to. I don't know whether it took damage. It bottomed out and it just steered across in front of the line of cars, and I couldn't stop it. And there's nothing I could do at that point. And so we were at the mercy of everything basically going around. I should probably not gone up the ramp, to be honest, because there's a really big crash below Ewan. Ewan's car is ridiculously fast. I think Ewan's car might have the weird buggy suspension that I had on the road cutter. It looks like it acts so weird on the ramps on the side parts, which makes me think it might have the weird thing that makes the road cutter so fast. Although, yeah, Ewan has paid for it by losing a wheel. So, it's immensely fast, but it loses a wheel doing that. So it now will not be great anymore. And over it goes. Yeah, so Ewan's car was immensely fast and led briefly before not leading. Brazen's car, one of the Grand Dukes, is... I mean, it's a cool-looking Grand Duke, Brazen's. Ninetales has lost a wheel. and is about to lose a lot of life because he got landed on by a very big car. Oh, Giraffe is running up the ramp there. Shadow's car looks in pretty good health. Rickert's... Oh, I'm number one's fallen over. Rickert's car is in pretty good health. Is it going to be on the landing? Got a little bit unhappy. Longbow may have lost a wheel. Oh, got an assist and into the wall for Longbow. Longbow is 6th at the moment. I'm going to guess a lap down, not quite sure. Difficult to keep... Maybe a lap down. Must have a problem of some sort. Well, Bumpy's bravely going the other way around here. That's not normally what you want. But there we go. Giraffe is leading the way with the war wagon. I don't think it's a particularly big lead at the moment, but as we've seen from time and time again, all it takes is that. That could be the end of Giraffe, depending on how it lands. No, landed very nicely. Lucky. That is a lucky Giraffe right there. Yeah, you do not know. As we saw with mine, if you can get away with being spun off the ramp and carry on, but you don't normally. And Giraffe, because it was a flat spin rather than a roll, Giraffe landed very, very well to carry on. They're being caught by Valetain's limo at the moment. There is no traffic over the jump, but they have got the landing a bit badly. I wonder if there is some form of damage in Giraffe's vehicle. I don't know. The limo is going to go run the banking. I mean, the limo is a thing that you don't want to fight. The limo is going to be strong, although the limo may have got a little... Oh, Giraffe's in trouble! The limo's in trouble. They're both in a lot of pain. Well, pretty much all of Giraffe's life has come off. Valetain has now taken the lead. Shadow might be in the best spot of everybody here, in some ways. Unless Shadow has taken a hit. We haven't seen... Oh, no, Shadow's taken a hit. Shadow's taken a big hit somewhere. Yeah, that's... Ewan's got a lot of life, but not a lot of car. Brazen has 1 hit point. Longbow doesn't have much more. There is Longbow. Giraffe is still in second. So I'm number 1, has the most life of anybody. Valetain is the leader. Has a couple of laps to go. And a good amount of life in a very strong car. Has put a lap on Ewan. But of course, we're not sure where Valetain is going to fit into the whole jump. It looks like there are cars coming towards, but they are clear. Oh, it's a bit of an awkward landing for the limo, but that's fine. So that's going. Everyone else is still trundling around. Brazen is the 1 hit point wonder. I think Brazen is racing Shadow and Longbow for position here. Brazen landed on Shadow, took a lot of life off, and almost got murdered by a limo. Christ, Brazen was very lucky. Shadow is almost dead. But any crash between these lot could well break all 3 of their cars, to be honest with you. There is a good chance. Oh, yeah, Brazen's out. Brazen got stuck. Longbow would end up pushing, and that was that. Valetain is the leader. It's down to 5 cars live. Valetain, Giraffe, number 1. Longbow's overtaken Shadow. I don't know if that... Is Shadow dead, or is Shadow still going? There's Giraffe. There is a Longbow. Shadow is still going. They've barely got any life left. Yeah, I'm number 1 is the only car with any sort of hit points, really. Oh, Valetain with a massive hit right at the end. Will Valetain get across the line? Giraffe is right there. It will go the way of Valetain just, but it almost didn't. Oh, well, pretty sure number 1 used up all of their life in that hit. No, actually, no, that Grand Duke still had quite a lot of life. Longbow is absolutely charging! Can Longbow get past? Yep, Longbow steals a podium at the end. That's so unlucky. Hit by the limo and then misjudged the final banking. Longbow just carried a load more speed off of that one. And yeah, the Grand Duke was not fast enough where it needed to be. Ewan with fast... I think Ewan's car is absurdly fast, but whatever Ewan's done to it makes it lose a wheel. Oh dear. What a wonderful, wacky race that one. I mean, it's always going to be at Hellride. I mean, it was a totally legitimate pass from Longbow. You basically went underneath, I think. I think that is fair. You carried so much more speed off that banked corner. Everyone is always going to send it at that point. I think if Grand Duke ran higher on the wall, it would have carried the speed. It's just it's the risk you run not going that high up on the wall is that somebody is going to just fire it with a lot more momentum. Right, let's go here. This is a fun circuit. 8 laps is a pretty short lap around here. That's by no means a record for DNFs. God no. It's regular with buses. I mean, with buses, we've technically had no one finish. It is quite possible to have Apollo opinions. What's up, dog? Is there a cat about? I'm going to guess there's a cat that you can't get to. Just because, buddy, you should be used to the cats by now. Like, they walk past all the time. You know them, you dumbass. But yeah, it's not uncommon to have only 2 or 3 cars finish at that point on that circuit. So yeah, it is not unusual to have 5 finish. 5 is not a bad amount of finishes. What do I want to drive here? I'm feeling like the Hammerhead, I think, is the way to go. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Apollo. I'm glad you agree with the Hammerhead opinion. Dog, if you're going to be an idiot, I'm just going to shut the door. Because I can't be bothered to deal with your crap this evening. Bear with for a second. Right. I am back. We have got a variety of cars heading into this race, including a couple of limos, which can only go well. Who knows what sort of mayhem they are going to bring to proceedings. We've got a Lado limo, a Brazen limo, and maybe a Shadow limo, and some other assorted C-Class cars. Sure, why not? I mean, to be honest, around this circuit could work. If you get in front with a limo, you'd actually be quite difficult to pass around this track. You would get a couple of places. There were a couple of places to pass, but it would be a smidge more difficult. Well, it's going to be tough for us back here. We've got to try and get through the first corner. Sorry, Ewan. We were rather escorted into that corner. Oh, there is not really a gap for a Volvo, and we have been immediately put round, and my wings come off. Hey, Bumpy. I love how you did more damage to your car crashing into me there than you did to me. I was basically at a standstill and you drove into the side, and it did very little to the Hammerhead. Oh well. Right. It's recovery drive time. There's a chance that this is going to get a bit hectic. Oh wow, that was a hell of a lag nudge. Awesome. That was an astonishing lag nudge. Just waiting for the stream to catch up with the stream delay. That car was a good few meters away. Maybe not meter. It might have been a meter or 2 away. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it, game. It is just what I want to deal with. Well, Volvo, it was one thing to try and catch from where you were, but from this far back is going to be nigh on impossible. Can I clear those out for next lap? Maybe. We'll try. We'll try to make life easy. I don't know whether the tyres will sink for everybody. I kind of feel like they are supposed to, but whether they do or not, especially not with the lag that we've got going on at the moment. So I might have cleared it out for me, and it might not have any effect for everyone else. That would be ideal. It means I can kind of shortcut without getting slowed down. I don't know. We will keep pushing, and we will see what might happen. There is a slidey car up ahead. Oh, someone's gone very wide on the banking. There's a car guy up there. So if we kind of be a bit cheeky. It's still quite a fiddly line through there. I feel like there is a better way to go through that section than the one I am taking. Car guy hit the wall. We will sneak past, and that will work. Right, now, up next. Up next is a wall. God damn it. We've got Ewan behind. Ewan was in the van that also had a bad start. I don't know what happened to it after the initial start. I didn't really see because I got spun and then, yeah, we got kind of a bit stuck. We've got the two limos of Shadow and Brazen to deal with. I'm fancying going this way because it might be clear air. Nah. I'm sure there is a way to go quickly through that section. I've just not quite got it. I think I'm better off. See, I might be better off going the other way, but I was also looking for a way not with traffic, which is why I was trying that one. We kissed the wall through that part, survived it, but not great. We're going to send it on to the inside of Shadow here because we will have the pace on the limo. And, get it stopped. Limo's going to try and cut underneath. I'm hoping we might have the acceleration. Whatever that is trying. Who is it? I'm not sure who it is. Ulrika was trying to get the pass on the limo by going the alternate way, but it wasn't quite able to be pulled off. We are fully stuck in limo battles now. I'm very wide through the final corner. It should still give me a good exit. Should better straighten up the exit nicely there, which we do. How am I going to pass these two without being involved in an accident? Looking to the outside of Brazen. Can I go around? No. Might be able to duck underneath and just outrun Brazen here, but it does mean we're going to be on the outside of Lado over there, which is a really difficult place to put a car. There is car guy, minus a wheel, I think. Brazen's going to have to yield, or they will end up in an indestructible tyre bundle. There was a hammerhead-sized gap on the inside of Lado. Don't think Lado wanted there to be a hammerhead-sized gap. Giraffe, hello. Now there's a limo-sized gap on the inside of me. That's fair. That's, we found the gap at the previous corner. Lado found the gap on the next one. Now we are back alongside. I mean, we've just got so much more straight-line speed than the limo. That is to be expected. I knew there was gonna be some form of bump and with a kind of a bump and run. We are back to the inside here. Come on, Volvo. You've got to outrun down here, otherwise you will get squeezed. It's such an awkward line through there. That was horribly close. Brazen's overdriven that corner. He's going to be stuck fighting with Lado back there. Christ. We made it work. That was a few millimetres away from absolute disaster for me. We so almost just went straight into the wall. I think Valentine may have lost a wheel or something. Valentine was out very wide and going slowly, and Valentine has lost a wheel. The Boomer is a three-wheeled car. That's unfortunate. I'm going to guess hit a concrete post or concrete something around the lap there. But the fact that we've actually climbed up to 5th after that start, I am quite happy with. Admittedly, a lot of the cars we were racing against were somewhat silly. But yeah, a lot of the cars we were up against were very silly. But we climbed up to 5th. I mean, we had some pace. Not as much. Okay, ignore Ninetales. Not as much as Ninetales. Weren't far off Small Man. Weren't a million miles off Longbow. Considering we were often in traffic for our laps. That's that, yeah. Lado's the best of the limos is 7th. Not a bad showing, all things considered, because there's a C-Class limo at the end of the day. But yeah, the limos, they all end up in the top 10. Ewan could only manage 12th. Giraffe, I don't know what happened. It may be a controller issue. It was something weird. He got stuck on the wall and lost a heap of time, but was still going at the end. Car guy, we saw actually was out with a broken car. Well, there we go. That was a fun race, actually. It was a horrible start. It was a fun recovery drive, though. Sometimes you got to make you got to make the most of what you can get. Let's go for an oval, a figure of 8. Sorry. We can stick with B class for some oval based shenanigans or figure 8 based shenanigans. Don't know if I'll drive the Hammerhead here. What do we want? Giraffes having lag issues. Yeah, we have had some lag issues today, which is unfortunate. What do I want to drive? The Road Cutter may be good here. It's not likely to have its suspension issues that much. And it's pretty strong. I also love that the picture's not updated. It's got a very different front bumper. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try the Road Cutter. I don't think this is my fastest A-class car. It has its moments where it's very good, but most of them... It has moments where it's very good, but there's always that in the back of your mind it's going to try and kill you somewhere, sort of a thing. And that's what I'm half expecting here. I think this track is not going to really make the most of its strengths, but it's not going to have too many of its weaknesses. But we shall see. We shall see. What are we going to have in terms of the silly stuff, though? That is the question. Are we going to have some silly stuff? Doesn't look like it. Looks like most are going. And doesn't look like we've got too many heavyweights. Number one's got a Grand Duke. Presuming it's the same as the Hellride one. That'll be tough. That can do some real punishment. You don't want to get hit by that in a crossover. The Hearse can, of course. The War Wagons can do. Bulldog's lightweight but fast. There is, yeah, okay. My Road Cutter is probably like a medium strength car. Against a Bulldog, it's going to do a lot of damage, but it could still get quite hurt by things like the Hearse and the Grand Dukes. And or you and stock car could be very fast, and it's a really big if it doesn't get broken. And then there is Brazen with a sofa. Not Brazen, sorry. Small Man with a sofa. I swear I saw Brazen with a sofa as well. But we shall see. Now, it's been a relatively clean start. There'll be a little bit of pushing through here. And indeed there is. Rockin is to the lead with the Cardinal at the moment. I want to get across in front of Longbow and make sure that we cover off the Nexus. If we can prise the door open on the Cardinal, that would be nice. It's a little bit... Problem is, if we prise the door open here, we just leave ourselves exposed to Longbow trying to get up the inside if we cannot pull this move off. And sure enough, I say we can't, no. But actually, Longbow might be able to do it, although I think Rockin is just going to put that car, which is exactly what I would do. Oh, that bounced off the concrete and we all got stuck. Valentine is going to make up all these positions because we all got stuck in Rockin's small bump on the concrete. Oh, God. There's a lot of understeer from a bunch of cars. I'm trying to get back to the inside as Ninetales turns up. Now things are about to start. Oh, no, it's only sofas. Never mind. Sofas have caused issues. Not the biggest of issues, but they've caused some issues in all of that. Oh, Longbow's back doing Morse code on the bumper. Longbow, the Nexus is clearly a faster car, but it is going up against bigger cars that it's struggling to kind of push out of the way, but stay getting past. Oh, it's too wide up ahead. My front end just doesn't turn well enough against these lightweights. And I mean, I think Rockin will end up running into this trouble at some point as well with that Cardinal. That doesn't turn amazingly well either. We are trying to hug the inside and not leave any space for a car to look. Oh, okay. I was going to say the leaders had to slam on the brakes. We have also had to slam on the brakes. This is where it starts now getting sketchy. Someone is going to get hit at the crossovers. It's just a matter of who. Don't want it to be me. Well, it wasn't too. It was kind of me. It was more... Oh, no, we've fallen over. Did not think the Road Cutter would fall over on that curb, which is why I was being aggressive with it. God damn it. I know there are some cars that do have real trouble with that. I just didn't think the Road Cutter would be one of them. I thought I could get away with being aggressive on that curb, and I could not. And I realised too late that we were genuinely in a lot of danger there. So Ninetales has the lead of the race from all of this. We haven't really seen quite what's gone on further up. I mean, there's probably still a lot to play out here because the packs are all spread out. There's still, I think Rockin's lost out a bit. Probably not a big surprise. The Cardinal struggling a smidge through all of this. Shadow was not for position. I mean, the sofa's honestly not that slow. We are going to go through here. We are clear of the crossover for now. Valentine has lost a wheel again. That boomer is quick, but far too fragile for a lot of these races. That is unfortunate. It's quite funny when it's not me, but it is very unfortunate. We are just stuck at this like 2-second gap to the car ahead, and we cannot catch it. But we're not really... God, Ninetales was close there. We can't catch it. We're not losing to it. Longbow's behind me. I don't know what happened to Longbow. Obviously got caught at the crossover at some point. Oh, well... It turns out of contact between me and Ninetales, the big heavy car would win. Oh, that was Ricker, I think, who has been sent round. We're up to 5th now. Lado is a lap down with that. I mean, as expected, a bit of chaos is now happening. It's taken until lap 11, but it is there. Longbow, I mean, this is a position. We know how fast Longbow's car is. I don't really have an answer to that in terms of pace. My hope to it, my answer to it is it's had a bit of a wonky jump. We can fire our car back up the inside. That Sunrise Super is out, so I'll be happy about that. That is, I think, it's Rickert's car. It's going on there. Don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over. Oh, Giraffe's in the way. That's unfortunate. Lombow's found a gap. We lost a place, we gained a place. It's, there's some drive through there. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch... Whoa! I have to go on the brakes, and that's just cost me even more time to the vehicles ahead. I'm hoping they get hit on the crossover. It's the only real chance we have. Oh, crap! How did the sofa do that to a very... I don't know where. I don't know what bit of the track my checkpoint is on, so I don't want to end up technically cutting the circuit. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I haven't actually lost anything from that. I lost a lot of time, but I haven't lost a position yet. I think we killed the last of the sofas, though. There's a plus point for it, and Lado's fallen over. You see, if I was in a Bulldog, I would expect that. I just wasn't expecting it in the Road Cutter. One more lap to go. It's been quite destructive around here. I don't think we've gained any places. Oh, there's a big hit on Valentine, but they were already well down the order. So, yeah, we will not gain any positions at the end. It's going to be 5th for us. I don't think there was all that much more we could have done. Ewan's stock car did survive. It stayed out of trouble. You know, at the end of the day, it stayed out of trouble. It's a bit, it's a bit silly that we did. Yeah, we got flipped by a sofa. Yeah, we didn't quite have the pace. We didn't have the pace of the Bulldog, the Nexus, or the stock car. Not surprised. Similar, much more similar to the Cardinal, the Rammer, and the like. Valentine's Boomer once again was quick, but lost a wheel. It's just, yeah. It's just that. Fast but likely to break. We have been very consistently P5. You are not wrong about that. Very consistently P5. Actually, one of the sofas survived, astonishingly. Well done. It was a lap down, but it did actually, technically... it did technically make it. Again, it was another very typical, I guess it could have gone worse, sort of a... sort of an event, as is often the way. As is often the way with some of these. Let's just go here. We haven't been here today. We'll jump back to C class. Why not? This track, quite like it. Can be a bit manic, especially the final corner. The final corner can be manic. First corner, it's not really the first corner from the off, but what would normally be the first corner, the chicane, is a scary area. Let's have a go with the buggy. It runs the risk of getting very broken very quickly, but we will give it a try. we will, yeah. Let's see what happens. Giraffe, Giraffe, I don't think you didn't really hold me up in that one. It was, I mean, the car I had was, it was more for its strength to try and survive than an outright handling car, I think. And so you sometimes pay the price. It wasn't the best handling car. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best handling car. Lado has got a harvest. We have Harvester Squad. All right, the combines are out. We're going to have Harvester chicanes to deal with. There's, various expected vehicles, and then there is Harvester, and Harvesters. Okay, we're going to be dodging Harvesters. I'm fine with that. We can have a race around the farmers that are just out there trying to do their job. We've foolishly built a racetrack through these poor farmers' fields, and they're just trying to do their job. Then there's us lot racing around with our cars, just causing chaos, really. Yeah, I don't think the harvesters get rolled over so easily in this game that they could honestly be bullied by even the fact that most of us are in small, fast cars. No one's actually really got any. I mean, the Trooper's the biggest thing here. The harvesters are just going to get rolled over by any passing cars. They are just going to. They are just going to get rolled, I think. We're going to probably nudge them about. Intentionally a little bit. If I see a chance to roll a harvester, you'd know damn well I am going to roll a harvester. It's going to happen. But there we go. All right, how many are we going to have? 6 harvesters, which is basically made pseudo obstacle course racing without really meaning to. We're just going to have a pseudo obstacle course. Drake, thank you very much for the donation. I say never make form up I'm not the phrase never something up a group of plane spotters because it'll never take off. I mean, that is definitely going to be a boo from me and from chat. And you just oh god. I was hoping I would be in front of them. I am not. Oh, there's going to be a very little gap. Please, buggy fit. Okay, you did. Okay, we survived. There was a buggy-sized gap, and we found a way through it. It was very dicey. That was barely more than a buggy's width, but it worked. This time around. What's going to happen on the next? So this is basically multi-class racing. We have the race, and then we have the harvesters, and we are going to have to negotiate the harvesters every couple of laps, probably. I'm trying to make a buggy-sized gap there as well. We've definitely got more speed than the Firefly, that's for sure. Can we go chasing off after the Trooper? And probably a Gremlin, I would imagine. Or is it a Raiden? Don't know. Can't actually see. I think it's a Gremlin. Up there, where are the harvesters? Something's already out. I don't quite know how someone has already gone out, but whoever has, well done. Oh no, maybe it wasn't. I thought the dot was a ghosted dot. No, I think it was just the way it was slightly off the map screen. Oh, Ninetales has made a nice gap. No, Shadow. Oh no, car in second has been harvested. Rockin' a bit unlucky. The harvesters are having their own war up ahead. Yeah, I don't want to get to the inside of that one. Thank you. Lado is leading harvester class, I think. Ninetales has made sure Lado probably not leading harvester class anymore. Ninetales saw their opportunity and they took it. The hopper, I'm going to call it a hopper because it's the beam version. The Trooper is probably the best vehicle to roll a harvester with. It's got the most weight behind it. There's a little buggy-sized gap to the inside here. We got a little bit connected, unfortunately. Maybe it must have been Lado that we rolled, or that not we rolled. That Ninetales rolled. Thankfully, Harvester is further back. Yeah, we had a little bit of a scruffy first corner. Bumpy's climbing on a wall. We will go around the outside of that one. That's okay. Oh, come on, Buggy. Come on, we can go chase down. We can go chase down that car in front. The Firefly is sticking with us. It's kind of like a 4-car battle for the lead through the obstacles. You see, I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of multi-class racing. I appreciate the need for it in real life. In real life, it makes sense to have multi-class racing, right? Because motorsport is expensive, and having cars share the track is sometimes needed. Well, Ewan, I don't know whether Ewan was trying to be an obstacle or got spun and was then stuck. But yeah, real life, I can absolutely understand why there is such a thing as multi-class racing. In video games, I never see the point of it, because why wouldn't you want more vehicles racing each other? Admittedly, though, this is the closest to me liking a multi-class race I've ever come to, is have essentially the harvesters racing each other that act as a moving chicane for the rest of the cars. It's quite an entertaining way of doing it. Unfortunately, we are going to be stuck. You see, rockets to the inside. Ninetales going really sideways actually helps me out. Well, we were all going this way anyway. Hold it. Oh, Ninetales has launched it up the inside. Oh, Ninetales has gone round. Ninetales launched it trying to pass Giraffe and spun. If we hadn't hit that wall, we could maybe have stolen a second. I don't know. Would have been difficult, but we did lose a lot of momentum hitting that wall. That was terrifying. Trying to deal with Harvester class racing. And it does look like Lado is the one leading it. Lado is leading Harvesters. Although Lado... his Longbow was the other yellow one. Maybe it was Longbow that was rolled. I don't know. Oh, pink one's... Bumpy's going over! Bumpy... Oh, no, Bumpy's landed it. The AI pushing Bumpy over. Oh, and Bumpy has been... No, the Harvesters are having an argument. It's been chaos at the end. Rickert's lawnmower is somehow still alive as well. Rickert's lawnmower is still there. It's across the line. I mean, we had serious pace. It's not surprising. To be fair, the top 4 were all very similar in terms of lap time. Ninetales and Valentine were not far down either. It's perhaps not a big surprise, really. They're all very quick cars. Raiden, Buggy, Gremlin, all of those. I mean, the Trooper less so, but it's, you know, Ninetales driving. So, yeah, that is quite an interesting multi-class going on there. It is now time, though, for the all-important. It is now time to get your buses ready. Where am I trying? Here we go. It is the most legendary form of racing that you can do. Of course, bus racing. When we're starting off with Deathloop. So, the rules. The rules are very simple. You must take the loop. Now, the bus, for those of you that might not have seen this before, I always do this just in case you haven't watched one of these before or taken part in one of these before. You must take the loop. Except because for the buses, you have to be flat out. You have to be flat out from the hairpin pretty much to the loop. You might get away with like a little swerve one direction and back again and still maintain enough speed. But if you get hit, if you get nudged, even a small amount, you lose a small amount of speed, you are going to get stuck on the loop. So you've got to try and take the loop, but you will need a proper run-up. If you don't have a proper run-up, don't take the loop because you'll just block it. So the loop is quicker as well, I should point out, with the buses. You do want to take the loop. Even outside of our rules, the loop is quicker with the buses. Not by a huge amount, but it is quicker. So you do want to try and take the loop. But yeah, got to try and take the loop. But if for whatever reason you are slowed down heading towards it, it is advised to avoid, because you're going to get you're going to get in trouble, essentially. A-Rod, thank you very much for the donation. I was saying, did you hear Dale Earnhardt Jr. caught fire at Bristol last weekend? Was racing along like normal and dove in the first pit stall he could because his seat was on fire. Pretty nuts. No, I didn't hear that. Yeah, that's not what you want, ever, really. I mean, yeah, race cars catch fire sometimes. It's one of the scary things. I mean, I saw, I think it was at the Goodwood Revival, was it? Kroon Chandok's 250 GTO's oil line came off and burst into flames and then spun. Like, that's pretty horrific as well. But yeah, there are some scary things with cars catching fire. Oh no! I don't know who that was. That might be Shoal. The loop's already blocked. I think Shadow was not going quick enough and fell off. I think it was Shadow. I am not 100% sure. Certainly someone was not going quick enough, fell off the loop. Amazingly, didn't really cost me much damage-wise. Cost me time, but the damage was minimal. Damage was very minimal. Oh, that's... Someone's had a really bad start to this race. Okay, don't want to do that. Second gear should work. Oh, that red bus might be in trouble. It might have just got away with it. Oh God, I'm struggling. The long gears in the... So I have extended the gears out all the way for this. That is actually for Hellride, which is why you would do that with the buses. Long gears do not help on the loop. That's actually a little bit... I mean, we get around it, but... yeah, that is not ideal. Ooh, whoever's in third almost had a scare as well. That got a big bounce onto two wheels. Got away with it. They made it, they survived it, but that would have been a brown trouser moment. Oh wait, one of these vehicles here is not for position. Maybe the blue bus is not for position. I am worried. I don't think I'm making that. Because I took the hairpin all wrong. I just don't think I'm going around that loop because I don't think I had enough momentum. So that's the case there of I don't think I had enough momentum to make that because I was sluggish away from the hairpin. Because I took it all wrong and I just didn't get my gears right. I don't know whether I would or not have done. It's one of those... I don't know. But, I mean, as you can see, we didn't gain any time from doing it because we've ended up exactly where we were, but I would rather do that than take the loop. I mean, we've both lost time to the leaders, pretty much. Oh God, who are in an awkward place dealing with us here. Right. Oh God, this is awkward now. Small man is about to be in trouble, I think. Oh! Small man might struggle to have the momentum around here. I think they've made it. Somehow. Oh, no, they've got stuck. Have they got stuck? Looks like they lost some time. And the land... Oh, I think... So I didn't know whether there was a gap on the left-hand side. There might be a gap on the very left side of the loop, but I wasn't sure. The loop has claimed many. The loop has claimed many around here, as is to be expected. Oh, crap. The leader might not be the leader anymore. Oh, no. Yeah, Rockin's lost a lot of time on that one. We'll survive it, impressively. It will put Valentine to the lead. God, I struggle around here. Small man, I could see Small man coming. Right, there is... no? Well, I'm confused with who is where. In what bus I'm even racing for position. Oh, I think Rockin might have lost a wheel. I think that murder might well help me. Because without a wheel, I don't think Rockin's making the loop. Valentine, I don't know what bus they're driving. I think it's the green one, but I am not completely sure. No, okay, so it wasn't the leader that we killed. Who are you? Are you Ewan? Are you Ewan? I don't know. Nameplates have stopped working, really, here. Oh, come on, bus. I know you're ailing. Oh, crap. Oh, no, that's fine. We punched it out of the way. So, okay, so I'm going to guess it was Ewan that we hit, not the leader. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Valentina's won. Either way, so something. I think it was Ewan we hit, not Rockham, but I don't know what happened for there to be a change of lead at that point. That's the mystery bit. I don't know what occurred. Fairly heavy on the DNFs. Ninetales was still running, but minus a wheel. Giraffe minus a wheel. Ewan surprisingly healthy from what was a massive hit. Considering it was a very big hit on Ewan. That is a surprisingly healthy bus. Is a three-wheel bus really going to make it? Nope. And Ewan is out. Ewan is eliminated. Yeah, that's why the three-wheel buses don't go around the loop. Yeah, you don't. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, to be expected, really. Well, by the looks of it, there's some spaces. I think there were some spaces at the start of that race. I think some of them have been filled. I mean, as ever, Deathloop is always quite something when it comes to the bus racing. I had a pretty good run, actually, in that one. It was just a solid podium for me. Nothing really crazy. We just, we kind of scuppered Small Man a bit. I'll be honest, yeah. We did have the slight bit more momentum. So I guess we kind of had right of way on that one. Well, yeah, it was a bit rude, but it would have been done to us. To be fair, if I'd been on the outside, I think I would have gone on the brakes and taken the alternate route, because I think you're always going to be screwed trying to get into line at that point. But I think Small Man still finished anyway. So actually, no, they didn't. Ignore me, because it was Ninetales behind me. Oh well. But yeah, it happens. It's happened to me plenty of times. It's hell right at the end of the day. We had Shadow dropped on us at the start, so... right, Bonebreaker. This is an interesting one with buses. We tend to be quite well behaved, but all it takes is one little bit of carnage. All it takes is one... I say start, and the second things start getting silly here, it will probably get very silly, because we will generally be racing it in such a way where you don't cross over. But with buses, you get bumped around, you get nudged about into places, so sometimes crossing over is inevitable. And yeah, this will go horribly, probably. Yeah. I mean, we've actually had some very, very good Bonebreaker races. For those of you that might remember, I think it was me versus Danger Man in the recent tournament. We had an astonishingly good race. Me versus Danger Man around here. Like a proper, legit battle, clean racing and everything. Can be done. Admittedly, that was with cars, of course. Let's not forget. That was with cars. But... yeah, I don't know if I want to be this far back. Just from this spot on the grid, it's going to be real difficult to win. Oh god, it's very, very busy, I think, is the most polite way of putting that. See, I've got a good run, but I can't really go where I want to, because the blue bus is in the way. Right, some crossing over, some not. We've not really been able to do a huge amount. I'm going to follow the Ewan line down here. Is it a little bit sneaky? Yep. Is it the best chance I've got? Yep. Oh, never mind. Well, that's the end of me. I paid the price. You know what? I think that's fair. Like, we paid the price of trying to be sneaky. We were trying to be too sneaky, and the penalty for that... We tried to dive too many buses. We got too greedy, and yeah, it didn't work out our way. That's fair. It is a bit cheeky what I was doing on that one to try and get some advantage. We will have a bit better chance to do this here. Of course, buses are very long. It's difficult to do a cutback on a bus. They are so long that, yeah, it is very difficult to get a cutback working on one of these. Because the chances are you're just going to end up running into the side of it. We are up behind Giraffe, who is... Oh, I mean, they left the door open, but we're struggling to get the momentum. I think we're going to be heading diagonally. There's no one about to immediately bother us, so that's fine. This lot are all so busy fighting each other that we are able to catch quite nicely. That's a bit of a wonky line from me. That, not great. Could have and should have been better, but that's okay. We are slowly catching the pack. Ninetales is, as expected, leading the way. They are far enough back. They're not really much of a problem. There's some buses being chucked about. I'm going for a let's get a good exit here, which feels like it worked quite well. We are kind of up alongside Small Man now in terms of position on the track, not gaining big amounts of ground. Everyone else is chucking them very sideways. We are trying to be a bit neater. It's going to be 3 wide on the exit as we get alongside Jedi. I mean, this is okay. It's not... Actually, you know what? Can't complain too much. Ninetales is to start jumping into trouble now. Oh, there has been a kerfuffle up ahead. And I've had to really brake for that one. It's not ideal. All of our hard work, I think, might have been undone by trying to deal with what was going on in front of us. I didn't want to go this way. I should have crossed over. However, we are here now. Oh, thank you, Apollo. You've knocked stuff over in the office. Don't you bark at it. You did that. Why are you barking? You knocked it over. Why are you surprised? For God's sake, dog. Oh, there's been a really big accident up ahead for someone. I don't know who that is. Green, you are absolutely insane. You do not cut across the pack like that, and I think you got the... I think you got the outcome that was expected. Right. Oh, no, Green has survived. How on earth have you survived that? I don't know. Because, yeah, you sweep across 3 buses, you are going to get turned or rolled. We got stuck out wide, although we may get a good exit here. Yeah, you're going to have nowhere to go through all of this. Hey, Apollo, leave the Lego box alone. You didn't knock it off just to go chew on it. It's not the most important Lego box, but it's for the, what is it, Bugatti Bolide. So probably not going to be a particularly valuable set in the future. However, you leave the Lego box alone. I have to go rescue the Lego box in a second. Now, we've only got a lap to go. We've got buses, we've got loads of buses on the inside, and we have been rolled by a twat. Well, thankfully we have bounced back onto our wheels. Well, there we go. We had such a great recovery. And then we just got torpedoed in the corner. See, I think it was the pink bus. If I was close enough, I would probably go and return the favour. However, I don't know who it was, because they may well have been pushed. Didn't see in all of that. There we go. Ninetales is out in front. Oh, God, I think that's Ewan maybe running in second. Well, this is that's a very cheeky dive. If you don't cover the inside, however, that was very sneaky. But, yeah, the inside was left open. I'm going to take it. And I think I might have stolen a position. Small Man got rolled. I think they got over the line. I think I stole a position. I did from Speedy. Right at the end. Did we get fastest lap? No, we didn't. Ninetales. Of course, Ninetales did. We were fastest other than Ninetales. Which is something. You know. Fastest other than Ninetales is quite a good one. We had a good recovery. We were actually legit quite fast there. Just terrible start, couldn't recover. That was that really. But yeah, we absolutely stole a pass on Speedy at the end as they were fighting with Small Man. That though is, oh no, wrong track. Didn't mean Deathloop, meant Hellride. That it is time for Hellride. The most ridiculous, the best of The best of circuits for buses. No, don't worry about that giraffe. Like I on the opening lap, that was absolutely my fault. I got greedy trying to cut underneath everybody, and I paid the price. Like I can't be mad at that one. I tried to cut as much of the circuit as I could, and I paid the price for that. That one was on me. So yeah. Now, as ever, the rules for this one are that you must take the jump. Do not take the jump, then you're a cheating twat, really. You've got to take the jump, unless you physically can't, of course, because things can happen, especially with buses, even more so than cars. If you do not... If you cannot get on the jump neatly, you're going to have to, take avoiding action and whatnot. I've got to go rescue a Lego box. Bear with for a second. You were naughty. Right, box is saved. Now Apollo has found a bag. Thank you for... Hey, come here. Come here with that. Hey. Drop. Apollo. Hey. Good boy. You're not supposed to eat plastic. Plastic's not nutritional for a dog. Probably make you poorly, won't it, dumbass? Exactly. That's what I thought. Thank you for giving me the plastic. What else are you going to find over there? Are you going to find something else you shouldn't be eating to bring it back when you've knocked everything over? No? Nothing exciting? Just don't lie on that stuff. Oh, I think you've got sellotape on your nose. Dog! Come here. Oh, it's not sellotape. You've got fluff on your nose. You silly dog. Right. Are you going to behave now, dog? We've probably got one or a couple of... We might have 1 or 2 races left. Alright? You're going to be a good dog for these. Alright? Yeah, sorry, I'm just talking to the dog. It's fine. I am not completely losing my mind here. I mean, I might be losing it a little bit. I've been losing it for a long time. You kind of have to be if you're going to end up as a YouTuber. Right, Apollo, leave the plastic alone, for God's sake. Right, racing time. 8 laps. Who will live? Who will not? It is the important questions in Wreckfest. Yeah, you're gonna... I mean, I will admit you don't necessarily have a huge choice. I'm gonna hazard a guess. You are probably not people in the stream. But to be fair, on the first lap, oh dear. Sometimes you don't have a huge choice. You're not gonna be winning from there. Right. Oh crap. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get on that one. So, like, for example, that one there, for me, that's perfectly fair enough. We can't get onto the ramp. The only way to get on the ramp would basically to be stopping, and that would cause complete carnage. So, yeah, it's just not... It's not worth doing it. We're likely to not only screw up our race, but screw up everyone else's race as well. So... it's not a worthwhile thing to go and do. So yeah, you will have times. There are definitely plenty of times where there are legit reasons to be avoiding the ramps. Rockin' leads. Ninetales is second. We are third. 1 bus is already out. I think that's Small Man, but I'm not completely sure. So the extended gears. There is a reason why I'm running them, and it's all for the jump. With extended gears in the bus. Oh, Rockin' had a very big hit on the jump. With extended gears, you can land that jump flat out nicely. Ninetales lost a bit of momentum, and that is going to put us to the lead. But the lead is not a safe place here. Most races, you want to be in the lead. However, the lead is far, far from safe. Where is Valentine? Valentine is a lot closer than I realised behind us. Because Valentine also made the most of Ninetales' lack of momentum and came flying through. So yeah, I mean, I'll take what advantages we can get here. We are over the jump. We are oh god, that was so close on the landing. Did not realise it was that close. with something, an almost DNF'd bus. We will run up on the wall. Valentine will be, I presume, behind us. Christ, that is a line of buses heading towards us here. I don't even think it's a move. I think it's an eliminated bus. I think it's just rolling. We are all over that jump nicely. So it is 3 for the lead, just in a line. Oh, I hit my front wheel. Don't want to do that too often. So you want to run on the banking. You'll go quicker. But if you hit the banking too hard, you will lose a front wheel, which is not what you want. And we hit it a bit hard that time on the approach. So yeah, going to have to be careful with that. What is it looking like on the ramp? Can't tell at the moment. We've got a couple of boring cheats. Admittedly, one of them has lost a wheel. Valentine was quick on the exit of that section. But it's difficult to pass. Oh, front wheel damaged. That's a concern for us. Oh, crap. Oh, that was lucky. I don't think Valentine was as lucky as we were there. We got super lucky. There was a panic. There's a big panic moment, that one. We are at currently the really awkward part of the race. We're at the awkward part of the race where we are now finding traffic on the ramp almost every time. And, oh, well. Okay, it's not like I can get on the ramp. There you go. That is another good example of when you can't take the ramp, when I'm physically nudged at the last second. And again, we've not gained any time. Ninetales actually overtook us in that one. Although I'm not too displeased with that, because it does mean Ninetales now gets to go and experience and explore the ramp first. Ninetales can tell me how busy it is! Or not. I've lost a wheel. My race is done. Damn it. I mean, Ninetales has also had a really bad day. Oh, crap. Well, we murdered someone. Ninetales is minus a wheel. We are minus a wheel. Valentine got away. So Valentine actually losing out earlier had a better time of it, because they were in a slightly safer place when it came to the jump. I think Ewan is maybe second? Not 100% sure. Hellride, with buses, as expected, has claimed many victims. Oh, there is a bus on its side. Oh, guys, it's just a mess. Hellride is, as expected, just a horrific mess. Who is... Oh, Ewan is leading now. Oh, Ewan is going to have a panic and avoid. Ewan's done actually really well getting that onto the ramp, because Ewan was dodging debris. Now, Giraffe will catch me and probably pass if they have a full accompaniment of wheels. Valentine has lost out, which makes me wonder if Valentine may have lost a wheel somewhere along this. Oh, okay. I mean, we don't land great, but it could be worse. Yeah, we've got buses closing behind us. Ninetales isn't running the bank. See, I wasn't running the banking because my front left is wobbly, and I don't really want to run the risk of the banking. But maybe we could get past Ninetales and then go back to a different line. Oh, no. It's too much understeer with the old Giraffe. That's not a place you want to put your vehicle. And that is a wrecked bus. Oh, Ewan is in trouble. I'm in trouble. We're eliminated. So I'm presuming somebody up there hit the fire gate and it twisted their bus as they were wrecked, because that was on fire and eliminated. That one, there wasn't even someone being an arse. There's a lot of broken buses. Ewan is actually quite healthy, but is minus a wheel now. Ninetales is on fire and minus a wheel. Giraffes is probably in the best point in some ways, because I don't think Valentine's even still going anymore. No, Valentine is eliminated. So it is, well, so Sideways Jim. I haven't actually. Oh, Ninetales has fallen over and been hit. So Sideways Jim is leading. They don't have much life. That is the problem, and it looks like they are a cheaty a cheaty sod. So it may well be. That might have been dodging the wreck vehicle, maybe because you weren't sure about it, where it was going. In which case, fair enough. Giraffe is catching. Giraffe's vehicle's in a much better state than anything else. Oh yeah, well, Jim will be eliminated for being a cheaty asshole. Giraffe, you know what you got to do, right? You got to win it for the non-cheaty, boring people. I mean, 6 running's not too bad, but we can't really count half of them. Ewan's still got so much health. Ewan's got so much health for a bus that is literally missing its entire front end at this point. Giraffe, congratulations on your victory. You are the winner. You've confused your AI as well, which is always funny to do. Well done. Well, what the AI is doing, and it looks like Ewan is going to cross the line in... they were a lap up anyway, so it didn't really matter. Ewan has crossed the line in second. And then there's a mess up on the top. Yeah, I mean, it is ever. The hell ride has proved hectic. We led for a while. We were legit quite fast for a lot of it, but yeah, I thought we were saved by Ninetales, but we were not. We were not saved by Ninetales. Well done, Giraffe, for the victory in Ewan second. And to be honest, I think you were about the only two that weren't being cheating and boring through most of that. So, of those that finished. Well, there we go. There we go. That is going to be the end of the end of the stream. That being said, I'm going to have the fun of removing boring people cheats from the lobby. Before I leave, like, you can rejoin. It's not going to matter, because the stream's going to be coming to an end now. I hope you've enjoyed some Wreckfest. I've honestly had atrocious luck. I have had absolutely awful luck this evening. We did have some genuinely quite good racing. That being said, most of them were recovery drives and the like. But that's the way it goes with Wreckfest. Sometimes you have good sessions, you have not so good sessions. And yeah, that is the way of the Wreckfest. I hope you have all enjoyed this stream, though. That is going to be it from me. A massive thank you to those who donated. It is very, very much appreciated indeed. I will be back streaming possibly on Sunday. I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully I'll be streaming on Sunday. If I am, I don't know what I'm streaming, but fingers crossed there'll be something on Sunday. I hope you'll be able to join for that, whatever it might end up being. That, though, shall be it from me, of course. Thank you for spending your Friday evening, or whatever time of day it might be, with us. Until next time, goodbye.